And we're live! Hello everybody, and welcome to our overly bright Twitch chat. Now you have your toes in our somewhat tepid waters, I guess we better introduce ourselves. We're the Bloodthirsty
And we're
Puppets.
live!
I
Hello
am...
everybody.
Oh, I've done it. Welcome to our overly bright Twitch chat. Now, I was really proud with how well I was doing with the intro, and then I realised I forgot to mute my own channel. So, you know... We're talking 30 episodes with continually fucking up. I'm so good. I'm so good right now. Okay. Fired. Can't get the staff these days, jeez. Yes, so tonight we are playing Dungeons and Dragons, which is being DM'd and written by our wonderful Arch, who's up in that corner over there. Just a couple of rules for chat before we carry on. Don't be at all about someone's race, don't be at all about someone's gender, and most importantly, don't be at all. Excellent. I'm Blood Puppet, and I want to pass everything over to Arch.
Hello, everybody. All right, so let's get this kicked off by finding out who everybody is and who the character is. Let's start with Neil.
Hello. I'm Neil.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to open up my character stuff right now.
Uh-huh.
But I play Malik Druid.
Cool. Yeah, you are noticeably absent from Roll20.
Yes, working on that.
You should fix that. In the meantime, while you're fixing that, how about Casey?
Hi, I'm Casey. I play Morgane Dialatus, and I just realized I haven't said her last name in like 10 episodes.
That's good, because you're on episode 11.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
I'm a bard.
You're
I
a
do
bird?
The singing things. I'm a bird. I'm
Ah.
actually a deer, so...
Catch me outside, how about that?
Excuse me, I'm the burp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Onyx is
Wait.
the bird.
Speaking of Burb, who is that mysterious voice of unknown wonder?
It's the internet ghost. Yeah, I'm Onyx, and I play Leon Arcadan, who has the amazing pet that is the White Panther.
Uh-huh. What's the panther's name, just for clarification?
The panther's name is Ava, which is short for Avalanche.
What?
I hate it.
I named the other episode the origin story of Inky, because that's what you were calling him after.
You ruined
You know-
everything, Onyx!
You know, I told you that.
Uh-huh.
But
I told
Ava is such a better name, to be
It
fair.
is a much better name,
It's not.
but it is still
To be
called the
fair-
origin story of Inky.
It still feels weird to run around with this panther who I'm telling to attack people and just call it Inky. It sounds stupid.
No, it
I
doesn't.
love the name.
Sounds awesome.
I like the name, but it sounds stupid.
Either way, that was the
Yeah.
name of episode 10, the origin story of Inky.
I think you can go back and fix it, so you're gonna have
No,
to do
I'm not going to.
I think we should just leave it as the origins of Inky forever, and everyone, like future fans and stuff, we go back to listen to it, we'll be like, what the fuck was that
Who the
about?
fuck is Inky?
And then they'll listen to the next episode and be like, oh.
No, I think we should cut this part out.
No.
Nobody knows.
Cutting things out, that would take actual effort, though.
Yes.
Yeah, screw that.
And it's bad enough
Uh,
cutting in 10 minutes out of the intro and then 10 minutes out of the middle.
Anyways,
I don't want
moving
I don't want
right along.
You.
Moving right along.
I am
The
Blood.
host.
I am Blood, and I am playing Caloray, who is a human monk. She's a ninja.
Whoa.
All right.
And I have a
So-
voice this week. Yay!
To give a quick recap of things before we dive in. Next, we can hear that.
Been compromised.
Who's doing the
Uh,
drinking?
So last time you guys partnered up with Luca, the druid who Malik had been seeking for quite a while. A significant amount of discussion with him. Are you fucking serious right now, Valanda?
I've muted the
No, you
microphone.
didn't.
I did. No.
You didn't.
I've muted my microphone going out through XSplit. The reason they're laughing so hard because I blow my nose and they can hear it on Twitch. Fuck you guys, I have to blow my nose. They can't hear it on Twitch. Fuck you.
Alright. I'm going home. Fuck this.
But
Shit, I'm already
but
here.
Max, you are home.
We quit.
Anyways, so you guys partnered up
I'm
with
sick
Luca,
of
had
my
a
life.
lengthy discussion. After which, Luca basically explained that there was a white panther in the area that had spoopies, and the panther didn't like them. And you guys went with Luca to see about trying to get the panther to stop its shit. It was like, maybe I could, take care of it.
It has shit.
And Leon went hunting and got a whole bunch of meat for the panther. And you gathered together, went into this cave, which you discovered there were other tracks leading to it. And inside, use several of the snake peoples that you had already met before, as well as a giant snake creature that had the upper torso of a humanoid, but lower body was all giant snake. You guys then ensued into a serious combat situation in which Luca turned into an earth elemental and pummeled the ever-living shit out of the giant snake person while you guys picked off the little ones. And then Leon successfully tamed the panther. As then went back to Luca's camp. He said he was going to head back to the guild and report in. And you guys opted to stay in the area because you wanted to go talk to the pirate hunter captain about hunting the pirates. And that is where we left off. We do a quick swap over the music. So, you guys find yourselves back in Luca's camp. You just witnessed as he stepped into a tree and vanished. Basically just sitting there in what remains of his campsite. At this point in time, it's probably just before midday. Basically have free reign, whatever it is you want to do. Currently, Ava is just sitting next to Leon, absent-mindedly, just licking one of her paws.
I scratch her behind the ears.
He purrs.
Yes. Perfect.
Nailed it.
So, do we want to go talk to the captain? Go take care of that pirate cove now?
Heck yeah! Are you kidding? Pirates.
Hey, look, are you okay now that we found Luca?
Yeah, I guess pirates are cool. Cool to do that.
Colory?
I have no objections. We seem to have done what we came here to do, and you've acquired yourself a presence? Pet? What do you call it?
Ava. This is Ava.
You've acquired yourself an Ava.
Yes.
I'm gonna call it Inky.
Dick.
Why would you do that, Malik? Its name's Ava.
Ava lets out a low growl of dissatisfaction.
No, it doesn't. No. Hold on. There has to be a role for this.
Roll animal handling to see if you can call it a name that's not its name.
18. It loves it. It's a cute nickname.
I think
CC
that would
was
work on
20.
a normal... I think on a normal intelligence animal that would work, but this is not a normal intelligence panther.
Okay, well, make a roll.
Well, no, there's no role to be had
Okay.
because, quite frankly, this is a little bit... None of that.
Perfect. None of
That's
that
not
now,
how it works.
boys.
It
None
loves
of
me.
that.
It loves me because it gave me a bath. Remember?
Oh yeah,
Hopefully.
it was licking you.
It only
Well,
likes you when you're a
looking at
cat.
It's a fan. It's fine. It knows me.
Okay,
That's
so
how it went.
What
I guess we're
time
gonna
of-
start.
Yeah, what
Doesn't have
time
to
of day is it?
It's a little before midday.
Oh,
You guys basically woke up and then went for the panther.
Okay.
So by the time you got back to camp and everything, it was just about then.
In that case, we should make our way back to... Where did we agree to meet him?
The town? I don't remember.
Yeah,
Somewhere in town. Probably the bar? The bar, maybe.
I don't
Was it the bar?
remember. I know I have
don't
a
know.
note here somewhere, which was along the lines of I have to punch a dude in the face, but I don't ask questions why. And that was the only note I think I've made recently. I can't find my notebook. I'll be right back. Carry on.
Okay. So what are you guys doing?
Heading back towards the town.
What town?
The one town that we
Uh-huh.
were in that it
You
has a
mean
name.
the ones that are on the map that you
Correct.
readily have available on Roll20 that you could look at any time?
Yeah, but that would require scrolling down. So like back.
What I miss?
Me being an asshole.
Okay.
And me being sarcastic.
All right. So I've missed nothing. Are we moving
Exactly.
on?
All right. So you guys pack up what little remains you may have left in the campsite initially and begin making your way north. You do notice that the frosty presence that seems to have claimed much of the woodlands in the area is receding. Those of you that are proficient in Arcana, give me a roll.
I don't think that's me.
Is
Going
that
out on a
me?
limb.
No,
No.
Arcana, not animal handling.
Oh, sorry. Oh my god, everything is
Neil.
still kind of
Jesus
sick. I
fuck.
apologize to everyone. I don't remember what I'm doing anymore. Right, let's do that. Do that. And then do...
Freaking. Oh.
Apologize to the camera people.
So is nobody proficient in Arcana?
No.
No, not me.
It is nobody.
Okay, then. Good to know. So, never mind then. You guys just notice that as you're walking through the woods, it seems like the frosty air that has been pervading the area seems to be dissipating. Beyond that, though, walking seems fine. If anything, you notice that there seems to be a little bit more wildlife coming back into the area. You're starting to notice that wolves and chipmunks and other little critters, burbs of all different kinds that seem to be coming back to the area now. Oh my god, Neil, stop it.
Stop that shit, dude.
So is there a order in which you guys are marching? Are you assume you're doing the same thing as last time, or how's this working?
Well,
What's the marching order?
I'm leading so we don't get lost.
I'd like to speak to MacLeod. So I want to be walking with him.
Okay. Like private convo, or
I don't know. He can make it private if he wants, but I do want to talk to him.
okay.
And Ava's gonna go around kind of a little in front, make sure we don't run into anything bad.
Okay.
I'm going to start humming dramatic twin music.
I don't think he's gonna
What does that
Yeah, what does that sound like? If I was an instrument, what would it be? And if he was an instrument, what would it be?
I can't think of any other music right now. It's terrible.
Okay.
Fantastic. Awesome. Wow, this is make. Wow, thanks, Casey.
You're welcome. A little mood music for you there, Belinda.
Oh,
You have to
Jesus,
do
it worked.
You
Okay.
have to do it behind the conversation.
Yeah. No, please don't
Hey
do
Neil,
that.
Neil, you should probably talk into the microphone.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, just eat it like I do. Just get right up in there.
It's
What
not.
do you want to talk about?
Jesus.
It's me.
I think we need to talk about
No,
how
it's
much time you were spending with Luca. Your voice has changed.
Luca?
Yeah, him.
How we hardly spent any time. What are you talking about?
So, what did you speak with him about?
How he was going to help me.
And for that, he felt we had to be nowhere within earshot.
He was concerned that there was things that I could not talk about.
You mean in front of us, or?
In front of anybody, really.
Oh. Can you? Is there something you are hiding?
Not. You guys are just worst.
I'm not looking at chat. That's
I know, but I hear it is the issue.
yeah, so
Not anything that I want to keep from you guys.
but there is something.
You could say that.
Is it? Would it be useful to tell us before we find out?
Absolutely. But it's not something that I can is the issue.
Because of your former master teacher, Root?
Not really, but something that it's something that he was also curious about.
Are you safe?
Yeah.
If this comes back to bite you in the ass, I'm giving you the chance now to not lie to me about this.
Oh, I'm not lying.
Okay, well, if it becomes a problem, tell us before, not after. We have to have each other's backs in this. And I can't protect you from
agree.
things that I don't know are there.
You don't have to worry about me.
She gives him a look that clearly says, she does. Okay. And then she'll just keep walking. It's good enough for her. Oh wait, no shit, there was actually a question I was going to ask.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, now you walk back over.
And I walk back over. She probably has that exact same thought process I went through. So wait, no, there was a question. Did you ask about Varda?
That's kind of a later issue. It's part of the druid training that I need. So
The person.
it's yes
who
and no,
has-
indirectly.
Okay. Well, if this person has a lead on your mother and your grandmother, then we should follow those down. But I will trust you to pursue that the best
Right.
you can. And if it affects me, please don't hide it from me.
If it hasn't already, I don't think it's going to. Don't worry.
Okay. And then she'll walk away.
Okay.
Hey, you've allayed her fears. You're gonna try. It doesn't hurt us. That's fine. Oh, Varda, Varda, not father. Pops is dead. He's toasted, man. So far as I know. Yeah, I think we're done with the twin awkwardness. You can carry on.
Okay. Hold on a second. I'm things.
You notice Leon up ahead, murmuring to his rock.
Casey, you're muted.
Good, because I cursed. I'm glad that nobody heard me cursing out my computer.
Okay.
It was the pop-up about my disk drive again.
Oh no. Alright.
From the front, you hear Leon just go, "Damn it!" and stick the rock back in his bag.
Was the news from your rock not good?
It's not what I wanted to hear.
Wait, you have a rock?
Ah, remember the rock that answers questions?
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
I believe he purchased a rock and a stick.
Mm-hmm.
How's the stick treating you?
I pull out the stick and say arise.
All right, you say the command word, and you hear a bunch of clacking, and you see a bunch of these popsicle-looking sticks start flipping and suddenly multiplying as it grows into a full ladder.
I look it over a little bit. Well, it seems to be working fine.
He uses it to get higher.
Getting high.
I close it again to get back in the bag.
Locks back down into a little stick. You stick it in your bag. Anything else that you guys would like to do while venturing out?
Is there anything we need to worry about with your rock? Like, what's going on?
No, it was pertaining to only me in this case.
Careful.
That's it. I'm not giving any more details.
Could perhaps we...
You are dancing on a very thin line.
Oh, man.
There's lots of things about me. It's fine.
Well, don't be afraid to ask if you need anything. Seems like you're concerned.
Nah, I'll be fine.
But you're not.
I can't tell you any more about it.
You're not fine. You have a cursed hand.
I'm
Wow.
fine. Don't worry about the question.
Calorie, that was really insensitive.
I'm used
What?
to my
I don't-
hand. I've had it for a while.
I've had my
You
hands...
can't just like bring up someone's first hand.
But he said he was fine. He looked unhappy about the rock and said he was fine,
but
but he's
you
not.
But you can like be fine and still have a cursed hand. Like there's like there's like levels of fine.
She like properly like frowns. Like
I am not worse off right now than I was an hour ago.
except the rock gave you some bad, unhappy news.
Yeah. But now I know the news. The news was probably still there an hour ago, so nothing's really changed.
Okay.
It will be okay.
Well, I'm not going to pretend to understand these lines of fine, but if you need something to be beaten up, then give me a call.
I will. Don't worry.
Calorie just shrinks into the darkness. She wants the wall to swallow up underneath and swallow her.
Everyone is just telling you it's okay when
But
like,
they're not!
it's so
They're
clear that
clearly
it's not.
lying. She
You're just
crushes
like,
this
"Well, let me
down.
help," and we're just like, yeah, okay, whatever.
She crushes this shit down. She walks on with grace and sophistication, but on the inside she's like, but nobody's fine. Why are they all lying to each other?
Sometimes things that are fine are worse.
From now on, we have to say it. Not worse off than I was an hour ago.
No worse off.
It is somewhat true.
It's true, but you're still not fine. But she's gonna crush that shit down, chalk it up to not understanding why there are different levels of fine. You're either fine or you're not, and continue walking on.
Okay. So you guys spend pretty much the better part of the day right up until about sundown making your way north, trying to cover as much different distance as possible. Don't really run into any issues. Occasionally someone will trip over a little bit of bramble or whatnot that just kind of gets in your way. It seems like ground is starting to get a little bit slippery, assumably from all the permafrost in the dirt of the ground that has been melting. Sun is beginning to set. What are you guys gonna do? You can try to trek on in the dark. You can make camp.
No, we're in no hurry. We had
Let's
like a week or something. Has
Yeah.
not been that long.
we should make camp because none of these guys can see in the dark. So
Yep.
like,
I was about to say, I cast dark vision on myself.
No one but me and Calorie can see in the dark.
Okay.
It's not worth it.
I cast dark vision on myself. I offer to go first.
Uh-huh.
I wake up my brother, and then I cast dark vision on him, and then he can see in the dark too. And then I cast dark vision on what's his name? Leon, sleeping form. I literally just put my hand on you, like over your eyes, do the focusing thing, and then give you dark vision as well.
Okay.
So everyone can see
And
the
how many key? That's all your key points, right?
Okay, so I get my key points back every time I have a 30-minute meditation. So in theory, I can cast it on myself, cast it on my brother, take 30 minutes to meditate, and then cast it on Leon, and then go to bed.
Gotcha.
Before I go to sleep, I want to cast Alarm around the camp.
Okay.
We'll make it mental, and party members do not trigger it. Or Ava. I guess Ava's part of the party. I don't know. I feel like I need to clarify.
You probably should. All right. So all of you make a small little camp, and Cholera, you cast the dark vision on yourself. Feel the shadows coalesce in your eyes as your self-powered energy begins to harness it so that you can see in the dark. You see the campsite and the surrounding area come into your view. To doze off. Let's see. Cholera, you're
I'm not Malik, I don't doze off.
No, everybody else is dozing off, I'm saying.
Okay, that's fine. I thought it was she dozes off. No, she doesn't.
One time. One time.
The problem
No
is that
one
one
will ever
time
let you
everyone
forget.
died.
And that's my fault somehow? Excuse me.
Yeah, it is. 100%. We'll never let you live it
Guys,
down.
let's keep the out of character discussion to a minimum, please.
Could have been in character.
As we're going to sleep, unless you're planning on staying up and just arguing.
I mean,
No.
So, Cholera, you take... how long of a shift are you guys taking for watch?
How long is sleep?
Just going to split it up in... usually a long rest would be considered 8 hours.
Do we have to sleep for 8 hours?
You don't have to sleep for the 8 hours, but for most of it, you're either going to be sleeping or
Alright, I'll,
just doing something very light with a
Okay,
strain.
then 2 hours each, because
Yeah.
watch is pretty light stream.
Yeah, I'm gonna do 2 hours, then have half hour meditation and sleep the rest, if that's right.
Okay. So you take your 2 hours just kind of meditating and trying to center yourself while keeping an eye on the surrounding area. Really much going on. Occasionally you'll hear like a little bit of scuttling on the outskirts of the camp. But it seems to always just be a animal that's just not. You do see a raccoon at one point that comes into the area of the campsite and just kind of sniffs in the area of you guys and then scurries off. Beyond that, though, nothing really seems your watch.
Cool. I'll give Malik a kick.
So,
ow.
I'm not gonna beat you in the ribs.
Well, it hurt.
I give you a
Your
slight
kicks are
nudge with my
hard.
toe. Just a slight
You said-
nudge.
You did. Okay,
I'm gonna go like walk up to you and
Okay.
beat you like a football.
You said the word kick. Okay. Well, I get up.
all right, and you said you're casting dark vision on him.
Yeah, I put my hands over his eyes.
And when she goes to lay down, I go right back to sleep.
I have to spend half
I'm-
an hour meditating so I can
I'm
put the thing
kidding.
on him too. So for like the first half hour, you have company, give or take.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I stay awake.
Who was taking third watch and who was taking fourth watch?
I'll take third.
I think
Okay.
I was third because I had dark vision cast on.
It lasts
yeah,
for 8
fair.
hours.
Oh, it doesn't matter. You can have third if you want.
Sure, I don't
Alright.
care. I'll do it.
So, Malik, you take your watch. Pretty much same thing. Seems like there's really not all that much going on. Animal stumbles into the camp. You kind of make friends with them a little bit more than Kalari, who just kind of stares at them until they run away. throw like a little piece of a ration or something like that to them to take it and kind of chitter off with the food. Beyond that, though, it doesn't seem like there's really all that much going on. And your 2 hours pass by without much incident.
Sweet.
You're waking up, Morgaine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Morgaine, you're awoken by Malik, who then goes to sleep. What are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna watch.
Oh, I didn't know, like, if you were gonna sit there and, like, strum a tune or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Whatever the hell
she's
bards
gonna
do
like,
on
she'll
watch.
probably, like hum to herself. She doesn't want to get out her guitar because she doesn't want to wake up her friends. She knows if she gets out her guitar, she's gonna start jamming, like mad
Alright.
jamming, and she'll wake everyone up. It'll be a big forest party. She doesn't want to wake up her friends. She knows that her puny human friends need more than 4 hours of sleep. So.
Hey, Neil and Valanda, do me a favor and take your headphones off.
Oh, now we're gonna wake up and there's gonna be a bunch of bodies and we're gonna blame you for things. It's gonna be great.
All right. Do me a favor. Very subtly, go off camera and then take your headphones off.
Me?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay. It's my fucking watch.
No, I know. This is called Solderfuge.
Is this because I have an alarm?
It's fine.
Okay. I said subtly. She's not very good at the subtle part.
No. Take your headphones off after you're off camera.
Like, come on. So, Leon,
Am I killing
you
people?
are... No. You are deep asleep, getting rest. Ava curled up beside you, just kind of providing a little bit of warmth.
Wait, is she warm?
Which you wouldn't think... Yeah, she's still a warm-blooded creature.
Alright.
So you're just kind of dreaming, and initially it's just one of those type of dreams that it's like whatever, you barely remember parts of it. And then the dream seems to shift. You start to have a bit more clarity of your surroundings within this dream. Pitch black. There's nothing else around you that you can see, but there seems to be a source of light seemingly from nowhere that's shining down upon you.
What color's
And
the light?
it's just a bright white light that seems to be shining from nowhere.
So like sunlight or more like moon?
Relevant.
Okay.
As you're sitting there, very consciously aware now of this dream, you hear what sounds like a deep chuckle coming from the darkness. Just a... You thought you could run.
Who are you?
You know there's no escaping your fate.
Who are you?
You will know very soon. Look forward to seeing you. And you hear this deep chuckle just emanating from the darkness around you, and it gets louder and louder. It's just making your ears ring. All you hear is this deep chuckling, just... And then you wake up.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah, I need Casey back.
Did we die?
No.
Hello.
Okay. So,
Alright, so
I guess Kalara and Malik are asleep right now?
Yep.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's about
that's
midway
right.
through your watch, Morgaine. So
Hi, sorry, I didn't hear any of that because my fucking volume just turned itself off.
Yay.
What
I
happened?
said
Sorry.
it's midway through your watch right now.
Okay.
And as it's midway through your watch, suddenly you hear kind of like a really fast intake of breath. And
From-
if you turn around to see what it is,
Uh-huh.
then Leon is kind of just sitting straight up, kind of clutching his left hand.
Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna, like, rush over to him. And be like, Leon, is everything okay?
There was a dream. I think it had something to do with my curse.
Oh my god. Have you had curse-related dreams before, or?
No, this is the first. It was.
Um.
I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. Everything was dark, and I just heard a deep, laughing voice telling me I couldn't escape and that it would see me soon.
Oh. Jesus. Like, she kind of, puts a hand on his shoulder because she...
I flinched back
Does
a
it?
little bit.
Oh, yeah, she takes it away. She's like, I'm so sorry. Is there anything I can do to help?
I don't think so. They were kind of too far away from my town for anything there to work, and I can't think of anything to do here.
Well,
For now, it's just words. Hopefully, it stays that way.
okay. Do you want to sit up with me, or do you want to go back to sleep?
I don't think I want to go back to sleep.
Oh.
I'll sit up with you or start my watch now, whichever you prefer.
I don't need any more sleep, so I can sit up with you. Anyway. We can, talk about life, and I can tell you stories that I heard from old sailors back in my town. Maybe take your mind off of it.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Leon's gonna just kind of walk with you to the edge of the clearing or wherever to take watch. Still visibly shaken, definitely.
Morgana's gonna take off her her really nice cloak and offer it to you. Like, do you? Oh, and I get like really freaked out. Being warm helps me.
Thank you. I'll just kind of awkwardly take the cloak and put it on over my cloak.
So once upon a time, there was a young girl, and there was this well, I don't know how to put this. Her father pissed off a really powerful sorcerer, and what happened was that when the girl turned 16, he came to her house and he cast a spell and he turned her into a swan. And she could. What? Appearance by my roommate. Sorry.
Tell Lexi she's not allowed to intrude unless she's hanging out in the Twitch chat.
Max says you should get in the Twitch chat instead of coming in my room. I don't even think she's in the other room anymore. Anyway. Okay. So, he turned her into a swan. She could only turn back at night. It was sort of like almost being a druid, except for your changes weren't at will. So her father was a very rich man, so he built a small pond for her in their backyard. Backyard was very expansive. There were probably about 100 acres. It was a very rich family. So the girl, she lived an okay life as a swan. You know, during the day she would fly around, you know, terrorize people like swans do with their swan beaks. No.
Sure she was a swan and not a goose?
No, swans are assholes too.
Oh, okay.
Trust me. I know a little bit about swans. I know nothing about swans. But I do know people who've had swans and they said swans are assholes, or they worked with swans. So she would go around, she would, you know, do swan shit, you know, make swan shit, obviously. All that gross stuff. And eat bugs, I guess. I don't know what swans eat. But whatever. She lived a normal swanny life. She was happy as a swan. And then at night, she'd get to be herself. She'd get to go home, eat real food, which I'm sure was, you know, a big relief after eating all this, like, bugs and shit and whatever swans eat. And get to be with her family. Unfortunately, one day, a ranger stumbled upon the swan pond, and here was this big, gorgeous swan. Like, Jesus Christ, fine. He shot her. He shot her in the wing, and she couldn't fly anymore, so she couldn't get back to her family's house. And Jesus Christ. And she died. And her swan ghost came and took revenge on the ranger. The end.
I don't know if that was supposed to make him feel better or not.
I didn't say make him feel better, I said distract him.
As you were telling the story, Leon looked like he was calming down and getting interested in the story, and then you suddenly finish it up like that, and he just like, he doesn't know how to react.
I don't think anyone knows how to react after that.
But it shocks him out of whatever he was in before so hard, so he's not quite so freaked out about it anymore, at least.
I think you've got some new nightmares.
She
I know I
on
do.
her swan pond, and then her swan ghost came back and destroyed the ranger and his entire life. It's gonna be a more
my
beautiful
God.
story, but
I know I have
was pressed.
I have a swan phobia now because I'm a ranger.
And to
It's
this
canon.
day, all swans hate all rangers.
I thought you were supposed to make me feel better.
Did I say make you feel better? Because I'm pretty sure I said distract you.
Well, no, you're right. That worked. I'm now distracted for a completely different reason.
Exactly. It could be worse. Like, listen,
Swanpocalypse.
whatever's going on. Yeah, the swan apocalypse could happen and you could die. But, like, from swans. So, like,
I think I can take a watch from here.
okay.
Amazing.
But you feel a little bit better now.
No, go away. Go to sleep. I'll talk to you in the morning.
All right. So, Leon, you then spend the next 3 hours keeping watch and dismiss Morgaine to go to sleep.
I think I hear a swan once and freak out.
Ava, throughout the entire watch, has basically just been sitting there resting her head on your lap, and every time that you kind of get jumpy, she'll just kind of like rub her head into your face.
I'll kind of pet her as I keep watch. It makes me feel a little better.
Oh man.
So, eventually morning comes around. All of you wake up. Leon has a slight bit of eyes.
I had the craziest dream.
Oh, me too. You wouldn't believe.
There was a swan.
So did I.
And then you turned into it.
Did it attack you?
No, it was like scary. I don't know. It was weird.
I don't know. I heard somewhere that swans just attack people randomly. They're
Only
evil.
rangers.
In my dream, the swan died.
In
Yeah,
my
it was-
dream, there
it
was
like
a
it was
evil
haunting.
laughter.
Crazy.
My dream, there was an evil laughter taunting me that I couldn't escape.
I know another swan story.
No. What? No.
Just completely go back to the swan anymore.
I don't know if you know this, but like humans have dreams and they're weird sometimes. So it's just a weird dream. It's fine.
Yeah, it's
Dream about swans. Don't worry about it. Completely irrelevant.
Why do people have dreams? That's so weird.
elves
do
have
elves
dreams too,
do
don't they?
I think
No.
that most elves do, but I feel like all my dreams are just me singing, so that's
You-
just like real life, so it's barely anything.
You
Sometimes I
of
dream about
yourself, like,
stories.
sitting in a blank space full of nothing and just humming to yourself.
Not humming, usually
Wow.
like full on singing, rocking out with my guitar. I guess they're really good dreams because sometimes there are crowds.
Empty spaces just have evil laughter in them. It's fine.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds about par for the course.
Wow.
Wow.
Perhaps we
morning.
should carry on.
Yeah,
Right.
Leon lets out a yawn and says, "Yeah, you probably keep going north."
Did you not sleep well?
You could say that.
Do you need to take a nap on the way?
I should be good.
Okay.
We are not in any rush. We can stop early or take a break during the day if you need to refresh more.
Okay, we'll decide later. We'll see how tired I am then.
I can turn into a horse and you can just take a nap. On the road.
I may take you up with that in a couple hours.
Well, you guys know that you're not too far out from Breck at this point.
Oh, in that case, I'll take a nap now. Okay.
Just because it took you guys like a day and a half of travel to get to Luca's camp. So, like, it'll only take you half a day from this point to actually get back into Breck itself. Like, you're not that far away. So you guys pack up your camp, get yourselves together,
We're letting Leon
start
sleep.
making...
He's napping before we leave.
No, on the horse.
Oh, you're going.
Wait,
Okay.
Wait, are you turning into a horse?
Yeah, you got 2 hours to nap.
Are you a horse now?
Yes.
He turns into a horse and immediately Morgane goes, "If you're horny, let's do it. Ride it, my pony. My saddle's waiting. Come and jump on it." So, I said I was going to do it next time you turned into a horse. I had to. Just like that.
It just kind of just stops and like
Oh, promise.
turns its head. Looks very
Someone
confused.
who knows how to ride without even falling off.
Gonna sleep.
And then like a meteor hits Morgane and she dies because she wasted half of the damn's time.
A rock from space falls and you die.
So
Space Rock, yep.
Yeah, Space Rock.
Just do it. Sorry.
So, Leon, you climb onto Malik's back as he is in his horse form. And for the next 2 hours, basically just kind of uneasily rest. You're not really used to riding and sleeping, but it's better than not sleeping, you suppose. Ava's kind of just keeping pace next to the horse, walking along.
Before I fall asleep, I just go, "Don't get us lost."
I mean, we're just going north
I'm aware.
and a slight ways west. So, I'm actually a horse, so I can't respond to what you said. I
It's
take
okay.
that.
I understand your basic ideas because you're a beast now.
Okay.
Calaray will scout ahead and keep an eye on things. This conversation's getting very awkward for her. She reverts back to what she knows.
Right.
So yeah, she's gonna go ahead and check the pathways and make sure nothing's gonna eat them.
Okay, so Cholera, give me a survival check then.
Oh no! Oh no! I got a 10.
Alright, so it's a little bit hard for you, but you're able to kind of keep the party on track. A few times you accidentally end up running into like thick walls of trees and have to backtrack a little bit. After 2 hours or so, Malik poofs back into his normal fall to the ground with
Do
a
I
thump.
land on Malik?
You know what, Malik, give me a dexterity check.
Oh god.
Save or just a regular check?
Just a regular check.
16.
No, Malik kind of like stumbles forward, and then you kind of just flop to the ground.
Is there any
If
way
it comes
that
over, and
you can
Oh,
catch
no,
him
that hurt.
before he hits the deck?
I have good reflexes now, remember?
You're a horse.
was a horse.
No, I mean with my powers of
Oh right, yeah.
having good
Reflex.
magic dust reflexes.
Yeah. Is there any way that I can catch him before he hits the deck?
No, you know what? Malik does make a point with the lightning reflexes. So yeah, if you want to try to make a another dexterity check to try to catch him, I would say go for it.
I mean, 16 is pretty good. So, so it's probably not going to be. Oh well, okay.
Hey.
20.
Yeah, you're able to kind of soften the blow so Leon doesn't face plant into the dirt.
I appreciate that.
Sorry, I lost track of time.
It's fine. You caught me. I
It's
kind
not
of.
like you have a clock or anything, you know.
I know,
I
but you
kinda
think that I would
stretch.
be able to like feel it.
Kind
but,
of stretch,
no.
yawn a little bit, look up, and go. We should be like a little bit that way.
A little bit that way.
That way.
Yeah, I mean, I've got us. We're good.
So you take the next like 2 hours or so, make your way back over the bridge, the wooden log bridge that spans the chasm to Breck, and make to Breck itself. Just to give a quick description again. So it's a bit of a ramshackle village. It's mostly just wooden and thatch huts, with a few larger of wood as well. You know that the area around here, the trees tend to be of a higher quality, so trade with them is higher. So most of all the buildings in the area are all built from this wood. So despite the fact that they are small, they're probably worth a lot more than they appear. There is, from what you are aware, there is a tavern, which you guys are fairly familiar with.
No.
Oh yes.
There's technically two of them. You guys went to the less expensive one,
The golden table.
which was the Golden Table was the other one. You guys went to, I believe it was the Raging Bull.
Yes, we
You
did.
guys went to the Golden Table. I got them mixed up. You guys
we
went to
did.
the Golden Table. There was another one called the Raging Bull. The Raging Bull, at this time of day, it doesn't seem like it's really that busy yet. Even as you guys are walking towards the village, you can see that there are harvesting wood, planting saplings of the trees that they are cutting down. Not many of them, but it looks like there are some people that actually give a shit enough to try to plant trees, be intelligent.
Does anyone else think we should like head towards the docks? Just
There
to
are no
see-
docks.
Well, towards the
Oh.
shore at least, to see if we can see how the, you know,
The repair.
Yeah.
shipbuilding is
How we are on
progressing. Or...
time.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm gonna turn towards Avo quickly and just tell her, stay by me and don't growl at anybody.
She gives you kind of just a, like, slight, just stands next to you.
I give her a little pet and continue on.
I feel like Calorie has has probably had the same talk from people. Like, just don't talk to people.
Calorie, stay here and don't growl at people.
Calorie is allowed to growl at people.
So you guys are on the edge of the village. Where are you going?
I think we're gonna go try find a boat, so we can, or at least look out across to the sea, so we can see how the repairs are going to the ship.
Are you guys going to skip going through the village? Like, are you just going to go around the outside and head north, or are you going to walk through?
Which is quicker?
Quicker would be just walking around the village.
Anyone have anything they need to do in the village? No. Then I guess go around it.
I think the only note I have in here is to start trouble, so I'm happy to walk around the village.
Alright, so you guys, on the edge of the village itself, just kind of circumvent it and start heading north towards the shoreline. Leon, passive perception. As you're walking, all of the villagers that are currently working along the edge, cutting down trees and whatnot, as you pass by them, they all watch you walk by with this white panther, and they're very definitely staring at the panther. Clearly surprised, some of them a little scared, it seems.
I wave.
They're just staring.
Morgane's also gonna smile and like wave at everybody.
No, you don't notice this though, because you're
Yeah, but we notice him smiling. We notice him waving.
Yeah.
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 We're not that oblivious.
Well.
Menu.
Well, your passive perceptions are pretty shit.
Well,
I think we've noticed
I
one
guess
of our
if you put
party
it
waving
that
at
way.
someone.
And I'm also in the front, so
Yeah.
I don't notice.
Alright, so you guys keep making your way north, approaching the shoreline, and you don't see any like little dinghies or anything like that along the shore. See the ship still out on the water. It looks to be in slightly better repair than it was prior. I've gotten some supplies and we're able to patch up some of the ship, but it doesn't look that good just yet. You do notice that along the shoreline there's actually a large stack of logs tied together. All of them look like they've already been treated and cut to appropriate sizes.
Logs
So a
or
bunch of
planks?
long planks, it looks
Oh,
like.
okay, planks. Right.
Yeah. I'm
Right.
bad with terminology.
That's fine.
sometimes.
If those are intended for the captain's ship, perhaps we should just wait for the next boat to come.
well, from here it doesn't look like it's quite done yet. So we can either wait for him just to tell him that we're done and we'll be in town, or we could just come back in a few days.
Perhaps we should just leave a message saying that we're in town and ready whenever the ship is. As much as I
Yeah.
don't mind ships, I don't actually wish to be spending a lot of time on them.
You have anything to write on?
Do I have anything to write on?
Paper?
Maybe. I do
Yeah.
have a lot of shit in my bag.
Oh,
could
I just
write
thought
it
of
in
something I
flaming potion. Yeah, let's not set fire to the wood. I'm not going to do that. There's a class. I do have a lot of stuff in my bag. Let me have a look.
We could write it in rocks on the beach.
No, I don't have anything to write with. Perhaps we could ask in town unless any of you have any paper and a quill.
We could just wait here as well if we really want to tell him. It's not like we have anything better to do.
True.
yeah. I think I still have wine in my wine skin, so or my water skin.
So we camp here until we can get a message to the boat.
Alright, so you guys wait about an hour hanging around the pile of logs, and you can see that there are wooden dinghies that are coming out from the ship towards the shore. Many of the people on board you recognize to be the crew members from the ship. As they recognize you, some of them wave over in your direction. after waiting a little bit longer for them to actually pull up and pull their boats ashore, they come over and greet you, be like, "Hey, what's going on? Hey, how's your wherever the fuck you were? Hey."
I reflexively just stand behind everyone else. I'm like, this is too many people.
Are mine and Calore's boyfriends in the thing?
Oh no.
The guys that are
It does
into
not
us,
look
the-
like it, no.
Oh, thank God.
Aw.
Ava, wave.
Ava sits there, looks up at you, and kind of tilts her head to the side.
You can wave with your tail.
I just kind of make a little waving motion down where only she can see it.
Make an animal handling.
21.
Nice.
It's on GM only though, so only you can see
God
that.
damn it.
Yep.
That's okay. It's fine.
No, that is a 21. No, I see it. So you like kind of make the motion at Ava and be like this, see? And it takes a few tries, kind of sits on her haunches and kind of does like an awkward like floppy thing with her paw.
Oh, that's so cute.
Some of the crew members are staring at this panther like, the fuck?
You have tamed a very magnificent, clearly magical beast, and you teach it to wave.
This is Ava. She's my pet panther.
She's gonna protect you from the swans.
Uh-huh.
We have seemed to wrap up our business.
Oh, can you give the captain a message for us?
One of the crew members steps forward and says, yeah, I could get a message to the captain. What you want to say?
We just wanted to let him know that we're done with our business here, and as soon as the ship is repaired, we're ready to go.
All right, I'll bring the message. We just got to get this stuff loaded on here and bring that back to the boat. You guys want to come back with us? Just give the message yourselves. Like, we're there for you.
I have one thing I need to take care of in town.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll get the message to the captain. Is there somewhere that we can get back to you, or?
Oh yeah, why don't we go back to that inn, the really nice one that we came through into, the table? Some table.
Golden table. That's what it was.
That one. We'll be there. It's a nice inn.
Okay, sure. We'll get the message then. And the crew members begin to gather the wood and load them up onto some of the dinghies.
I'm gonna help.
They have to span across the two dinghies. They have to have it spanning across, just because they're really long planks. You helping them out makes it a little bit easier. They load them up and they start to the water. Which is fairly calm at this time right now. It seems to be a bit easier.
No giant sharks.
None that you see.
I didn't see the last one very well either.
Touche. Nor did I. So
No giant remoras.
Those are even harder to see, so no.
So,
So-
should we return back to town then? What
Yeah,
is
I wanna
this thing that you needed
I-
to do, Leon?
I just want to sell these deer pelts.
Okay.
All right, so you guys make your way back into town, and walking through, there are even more villagers that are looking at the panther.
Wave.
You see a lot of them that are like, it's a lot of like families that are kind of just out doing laundry, children playing in the streets. As they see you walking through the panther, the parents seem to be ushering their kids inside. They slam the door shut, and you can see them peeking out from the windows.
Huh. Seems friendly. Yeah. Is there
so
like
you-
a tannery or something that I can sell these pelts at?
You don't know. You never really bothered looking while you were in the town.
Okay.
I grab a nearby stranger.
I think they're all hiding inside.
Yeah, there really aren't any nearby strangers currently. It
Oh,
seems that
man.
the Panther has scared off all of the common folk.
Perhaps we should inquire back at the inn.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
There doesn't appear to be a locksmith in this town, but perhaps there is a tanner.
So you guys make your way back to the golden table. Are you bringing Ava inside?
I'm scared to leave her alone, but I also don't really want to bring her inside right away. So,
Would you
Okay.
like me to go in for
hey,
you?
Morgane.
Yeah.
Will you go explain to the bartender about Ava so I don't freak people out when she comes inside?
Yeah, I can do that. Sure.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I'm going to go with her.
God. Alright,
All right, so you guys make your way back inside of the golden table. Currently, it doesn't seem like there is that many people inside right now that's out working. You do see behind the counter is, excuse me, is Fenrin. He's currently standing behind the counter, just cleaning things up. It looks like getting ready for another rush for the night.
What's his
He
name
looks
again?
up as you guys, Fenrin.
okay, that's what I thought.
And he looks up at you guys as you walk in, and he goes, "Ah, welcome back. It's good to see you. What can I do for you? I was taking everything went well. Whatever it is, you right? Peace.
Yeah. Everything went super well. We actually need 2 rooms again for the night. We might be staying longer. We don't know how our ship. Well, what they say our ship was going to do again, Caloray?
Repair.
I know, but did they say how long? I can't remember.
I think it was a week, and that was X amount of days ago.
About 3
Right.
days ago.
3
We have
days? Okay, so
approximately
we're
4 days to
probably gonna-
repair.
We may end up staying here for another couple days. We may end up going back. I'm just going to pay for the night, and then we'll see what happens tomorrow morning. Does that sound good?
Sure, that's not a problem at all.
There's
Okay, but
a
there
man
is
with a panther
One
outside.
issue. No, Caloray.
I'm
That
sorry.
sounds concerning instead of what it should be, which is that our friend is a ranger and he has acquired a pet. The pet is a
Okay.
panther. It is trained. It is fine. It's just going to stay in the room for the night. He can put it up in the room and stay up with it while we're down at the bar so that it won't freak out your patrons. But there is a panther.
As I
Absolutely
said, there's
not.
a man with a panther outside.
Caloray, when you say it like that, it sounds dangerous. This is a trained panther, a highly trained panther. It can do tricks. It's great. It's a great panther. It's
It
just
can
gonna stay
make
up in the
very
room. It'll
cold
be fine.
beer. If you wish to
Caloray.
serve chilled beer, you could make money off that, couldn't you?
Okay.
That might actually be true.
I'm
I don't know.
sorry, but there's a very strict no animal policy. This is a place of business, of food service. I can't have an animal in
I
here.
turn into a
Well-
bear.
Answer is
You can't have it. You can't. You're not even in here.
Oops.
Man, like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you're not here.
Listen, I understand what you're saying, but that's in the restaurant. That's a health code violation right there, and I understand that. But we're just gonna right now, like during the day while there's no one here, just bring him up to the room and he'll stay up there, and then we'll be out in the morning. And like
what?
listen-
And then shit on the bed or something? Absolutely
no.
not.
I promise he will not shit on the bed. And if he does, if he did shit on the bed, which he won't, okay, I will pay the damages.
I'd rather just skip the damages altogether. The answer is no, thank you.
Is there anything I could do to change your mind? She's like kind of jingling her coin belt a little bit, and she's giving her most charming smile. She's like, I could work behind the bar for you for a bit. I used to tend bar in Pearl Haven. I can
Give me
sing
a
for your
persuasion roll.
customers. Okay.
Go on. Ooh.
I'm
why?
sorry, but I
have
told you,
such
no
good
is no.
fucking persuasion.
Where is
I'm
Malik?
not gonna bend the rules for any exceptions. No animals in the bar.
But he
Where
would.
is Malik at?
I mean, you know what? That's fine. I understand. I am gonna go talk to our ranger and see if there's anything we can do. Maybe he and the panther can go back on the boat tonight, or maybe I can see what's going on. Maybe we could take our business over to the. I would rather not go to the other inn because it seems a little rowdy, but we gotta do what we gotta do, right?
Well, if you're going to be that way, that's absolutely fine. I don't think that the other inn's going to be allowing a animal in there either. Trust me.
Do you know of a tannery? Sorry, I feel like that other conversation is over. Do you know of a tannery in town?
This conversation's got really morbid.
Tannery has no inkling of this because I didn't, and it's too funny.
Oh, we can't keep the panther? Do you know where a tannery is?
Maybe he could keep the panther outside. Do you guys have a backyard?
He stares at Kalare, really concerned.
She just gives him no, she just stares. She's not gonna smile. She just looks at him like,
And then turns back to you and says, "We have a stable, but I don't want a panther in there."
Are there actually horses in there?
Yes, that's what a stable's for.
Well, some people have stables that they're empty. I'm just, I'm not trying to be.
I think
A
he
jerk
doesn't
here, I'm
want his
just trying to
stable to
solve-
be empty, is what he's trying to do.
perhaps we should.
We're
be
not
empty.
here. Shut up. You're outside.
Where am I?
More-
I could solve
Outside with Leon.
You did say
I
you were
may
coming
like-
in.
Want to go? I feel like they're taking a long time. Do you want to go camping?
I was about to say,
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm
if
gonna go
Well-
fishing.
if there is a
Fair
strict
enough.
no panther policy within your establishments, and you can't point us to a tannery, then it was nice to have met you. And she looks at she looks at Morgan as if this is the right way to close a conversation.
Well, Morgan is just fucking taken aback by Callery right now. Just he hasn't said if he could point us to a tannery, and it's not for the panther. It's our.
No,
ranger
of course
wants
not
to
for the
sell some
panther.
deer skins.
It's not for the ranger either. We're not going to skim him either.
Yeah,
M-
no,
make a
Callery.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage because Kalare seems to be scaring this guy.
Yes.
God.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That's still better.
He looks to you, Morgaine, keeping an eye on Kalare at the corner of his eye, like, what the fuck is wrong with this person?
She gives him a
It's
look
like,
I have no idea.
Yeah, there's a tannery in town that's not that far from here. It's about 2 blocks up. Bert's Tannery.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Thank you
Kick-
so much for being so helpful. And she puts
Roll for sarcasm.
no, she's not being sarcastic. She's being nice because she knows how to talk to people mostly. She's gonna put 5 silver on the table on the bar, and just go. And this is for being so helpful. Thank you.
Callery looks confused and gives
Sure,
him 5
no
silver
problem.
too. As this is supposed to be a thing that you do, so she also just puts 5 silver on the table.
What the fuck?
Morgaine just kind of is struggling to keep a straight face right now.
We don't have money for this.
I do, but that's fine. I'm gonna just grab Callery's arm and walk her out of the
Get her
bar and say
out,
thank
yeah.
you so much. Tell your daughter that we said hi.
Oh no.
Right, okay. Bye. He
Hmm.
sweeps up the money and just goes back to what he was doing with a very
Oh my
confused
God,
look on his
please.
face.
We found a tannery, but unfortunately
just
he
gonna-
won't
Good.
allow you in with a panther.
Yeah, I did my
Oh,
best, dude.
we
I
can
couldn't get him
sneak it
to let
in.
you in.
It's fine.
How are you gonna sneak a panther in?
I'm imagining that this is on the second floor and there's windows.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
that correct?
First
I'm
of
gonna
all,
touch the panther and
No.
cast jump.
Don't.
Yes.
no, we're not sneaking the panther in, and this is. Let me explain to you why. It's because we're not gonna be able to get rooms now because he's gonna know that there's a panther.
I'm gonna coax the panther into jumping by like jumping up and down.
I'm just going to like.
Malik, give me an animal handling with disadvantage because it's not your animal.
Oh, but just in general, it's an animal. How does animal handling get disadvantaged?
Well, right, but
just
you're
'cause I don't
giving it a
have ownership
you're
of
giving
the
it a
animal?
contradicting order.
Because I told her to stay with me.
Yeah.
Going to.
Okay.
You should turn into a kitten and bounce.
14.
Just kind of sits there, confused, feeling the magic going through her, and she just kind of turns to Leon and goes, "Huh?"
No, it's fine. Come with me. You said you found a tannery?
Yes, we found a tannery, but we will not be able to acquire rooms either here, and from the sounds of it, I don't think we'll be able to acquire rooms at the other place either, so I have a feeling we should be camping.
That's what he says, but I haven't tried yet.
I'm fine camping.
As
I
am I.
might even prefer it.
You sure?
You don't have to. You can stay in if you would like. I know you don't really enjoy it.
Listen, I don't think that guy would give me a single room tonight. He's gonna assume I'm gonna sneak a panther in there, and then she kind of shoots like a glare at Malik.
You can go to the other end. They wouldn't have
A
a
really
problem.
rough one. Me, a girl by myself at a rough inn.
I
What
could.
do you
So,
want
like,
me to
make sure
die?
that you do mark off the first level spell slot that you used.
Sucker. Well,
We're
if
in
you want
town. What am I
protection,
gonna
then
do?
I can stay with you if you want to stay in a place. I mean, I'd rather camp, but if you'd rather stay here, then...
Listen, y'all want to camp? I'll camp with you. Just, we're gonna have trouble getting the. Can we like find a disguise for your fucking panther? Because we're gonna have trouble getting into inns with a panther.
Okay, I want to ask you one question.
Mm-hmm.
What is your plan to disguise a panther?
I don't have one yet, but I will think of one. I guarantee you there is going to be a panther disguise. I will come up with it. It will be ingenious.
We
If
could
Malik-
charm
What
them.
if we like put some pitch
Well, if
on
you
it,
don't,
and then we like
What?
made like a fake snout, and we and like
Better-
make fake
better
ears,
idea.
and we can make it look
Okay.
like a giant dog.
how
Better
about
idea.
we do this
Why don't we
easy?
stay on the ship?
We just charm him.
I don't mean like now. I mean like in the future, like when we have to travel more for the
Could-
guild, because your panther's always going to be like. Listen, I'm just thinking ahead.
If-
Like we've got to find a way to disguise a panther, and I think that disguising it as a dog shouldn't be too hard.
Could we just not say he's a dog? Could we just not...
He specifically said no animals, not no panthers. He said no animals.
I don't mean in other
That
places.
was very clear.
I have a
What if
feeling
we
we're walking towards the
minor
tannery whilst
illusion?
having this conversation. I just want to...
Also, we
What
could
if
just
we
sleep
use?
in the
Does
woods.
anyone have minor illusion? Because we could use minor illusion to make him look like an
No,
old
I
man.
I
sleep
do.
in the. I sleep
Oh,
in the
God.
woods.
I
Minor
genuinely
illusion is
do.
not. Minor illusion is still
There you go.
images. It's not really mobile like disguise ability.
Right, but
That's
here's
what it
what we
does.
do: is we get like a wheelchair, okay, and we put the panther.
Oh,
in
Oh my
the
gosh.
wheelchair, and
Are we
then
to the
from
tannery
each-
yet?
Please say we're at the
Or
tannery.
we could sleep in the fucking woods.
I agree with
I don't
Malik,
mean
and that's
right
something I don't say
now, I
often.
meant in the future.
Right. So you guys arrive
wanna
outside the
break into
tannery,
school.
and we're gonna take a 10-minute break so you guys can get your heads out of your asses.
That's probably an exceptionally good call. So, yeah, we'll be back in 10 minutes and we'll see you soon. Continue on.
Yay. Okay. So, continuing along, let me change music over because you guys aren't in the woods anymore. There we go. All right. So, you guys are currently outside of a tannery. There is a nicely designed wooden sign outside that says, it's a small shack. It doesn't look like it's any more than maybe 2 rooms, possibly. Even from outside, you can smell the tanning the hides. It does not smell very good.
Hey, Malik, will you watch Ava for a second while I go sell these hides?
Yeah, sure.
Can I come with you?
If you would like. Also, Malik, no letting her jump through windows.
No, that was a plan for the. Never mind.
No, giving a panther jump would be stupid.
But it would be rad.
It would be rad, but stupid.
Too bad
Anyway.
Malik already cast the spell before. That sucks. What a waste of the spell slot.
I know.
Burn.
What else am I gonna do? Cure
I
wounds?
go-
No, fuck you guys.
Wow!
I go into the tannery.
I follow.
So, you both walk into the tannery. It's very cramped inside. There seems to be a lot of instruments and stands where there are hides and leathers that are stretched out. Some of them still have the fur attached. Some of them look to be freshly cleaned, and there are several that look like they're already done. Behind the counter, you see what looks to be a getting on an age, bald head, a bit of a wrinkly face, but not one who has seen too many seasons just yet. Currently, he is sitting in front of a large wooden device that seems to have a animal hide stretched across it, and you can see he is using a long and is currently scraping off very gingerly the fur that's still attached. As you walk in, he looks up and goes, "Ah, customers, welcome. My name is Bert," and he's like rubbing his hands. He puts the blade down, rubs his hands again. How can I help you?
Oh, I got these 2 hides, and I was wondering if you might want to take them off my hands.
Oh, supply, huh? Sure. Let me see. What do you have there? What do you have?
I pull out both deer pelts.
All right, so you pull the pelts out, and he comes over and lays them out on the counter and begins looking over. Goes, these seem to be some quality. Are you local? I don't think I've seen you before. Are you a new hunter in the area?
No, I'm just passing through, waiting for the ship to get repaired.
Oh, gotcha. I see. And he's like bobbing his head quite excitedly. Well, this hide here, and he points at the normal one that you got. This one give you about 10 gold for. And this one over here, this one is a much nicer one. There's a lot more to work with here. I'm quite fond of it, to be honest. This one I could give you 15 gold for.
Well, that sounds good to me.
Okay, we have a deal. He spits in his hand, holds it out to you.
I'll spit in mine and shake his.
Do a clash of slimy, saliva-covered hands.
It's
And,
beautiful.
It is. It's a meeting of like minds.
Mhm.
And he reaches under the counter, pulls up a small wooden box, and counts out on the counter in front of you 25 gold pieces, and passes it your way. Says, "Here you go. Thank you very much for the business. If you ever need any leather, feel free to stop by."
Oh, is there anywhere in town that might buy a set of leather armor?
Buy a set of leather armor?
I seem to have upgraded, and I have this as extra now.
There's not too many places I can think of in town that would really buy something like that. You might be able to sell it to a villager or something, maybe one of the hunters. If you wanted, I could certainly buy it off of you. Try to see if I can scrap it for use in other projects.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
I can't give you the full value of it, understand, just because it's not exactly something that I'm really looking for, but I can give you as fair a price as I can.
Oh, I understand completely, and I can't do anything with it myself, so I'd be happy to
Fair
take
enough.
it up one time.
So whatever the PHB value of the leather armor is, he basically can offer you half that value.
Equipment. Leather armor is so 5 gold.
Yeah, so he offers you 5 gold for the leather armor so that he can try to scrap it and use it for other stuff.
That's fine.
All right, so he counts out another 5 gold, takes the leather armor from you, and says, "Wonderful. You've been a very, very gracious salesman."
Yeah, pleasure doing
As
business
it
with
were.
you.
Of course, please feel free to come back anytime if you need.
I will.
He goes back to his current work and starts scraping again at the fur on the leather.
As he turns around, I wipe my hand off.
I look at Leon as we leave the shop, and I say, your manner of dealing with people is to the point, but it does not seem to be rude.
I find that's generally the best. People generally know what they want and what they're willing to do. You just have to go along with it.
I am often to the point, but apparently rude. I don't quite understand.
Here, pretend you're selling a deer hide to me. What would you say at first?
Do you want to buy some hide?
Okay. See, you're getting exactly at what you want right there. You need to, maybe give a little bit more detail. I would like to sell a deer hide.
Okay. I would like to sell you a deer hide.
See, that's better. It gives them more information about what you want, and so they can give you an offer right away. Or they can say, "Can I please see it?" And then what would you do?
I pull it out and give it to them.
Yes, see, that's perfect. And then they'd offer you a price. I can give you 10 gold for it, like just happened. And what would you say?
Is 10 gold an appropriate amount for this purchase?
They might take offense to that because it seems like you're doubting what they're saying. Can you understand that?
So you should just accept whatever they tell you.
Generally.
Okay.
Until you get the hang of selling stuff, just be sure to go with someone else. Because some people will try to cheat you. But most merchants are generally good people.
Okay. Thank you for this. I would like to thank you for helping me.
Oh, see, that's very good.
But that's saying that I'd like to without actually saying thank you.
It's implied that you are thanking me when you say it.
Oh. What about this? And she'll just spit in her hand and offer it to him.
That is generally used when closing deals, and you won't ever have to do that unless someone else does it first.
Oh. Okay. And then she just wipe her hand on her thing. On her trousers. Okay.
I just kind of nod approvingly at her and we leave.
Yes, we do.
Alright, so you guys exit the shop. I assumed you were having this farther enough away that the guy wasn't.
Oh, I don't think she
Just
would
sitting
have.
there
She
watching
just
me
waited,
like, what the
literally
hell?
by the door. She probably would have stopped them before they went outside, because she doesn't want anyone else to see her asking how to be a human being.
So you walk back out, and the rest of the gang is waiting there for you, I assume.
So that was 30 gold. I owe lots of people money, but I don't remember who I owe what, so I'll just give people money if they need it.
You don't need to return the gold I gave you.
I don't remember.
We can't hear you that far away from the mic.
I don't remember.
Well, if you need help buying something, then just ask them. I'll probably just help you. Okay. Well, I'm done with my business. Does anyone else have anything?
Apparently there isn't anyone here who can sell me a lockpick, so I'm pretty much done here also.
Is there anything you could buy that you could make into a lockpick?
You can turn a bone into a lockpick. A small piece of metal
Right.
into a lockpick. A hair grip
That one
into a
you might-
lockpick.
What?
You could a hairpin into a lockpick. You could turn some of the embalming tools after death into lockpicks. There are many things that could be turned into lockpicks.
Okay. Well, let's walk towards the beach, and if there's a hair shop or something, I'll buy you some pins.
So, Art, better-wise, if I were to get some hairpins, could I turn those into lockpicks?
What are hairpins?
Are you seriously asking?
No. As the world, I'm asking you, what is a hairpin?
A hairpin is...
And how do you know what it is?
How do we know what it is? A hairpin is... She has her hair up in a bunch on the side. She knows what a hairpin is and what a hair grip is. It's literally just like a bent over piece of metal that you shove in your hair to hold your hair.
What kind of bones do you need?
And
Anything small.
I feel like Morgane would think of like more fancy decorated hairpins.
Do hairpins exist in this world?
They should.
Dude, the answer is no.
Really? Like, isn't
How
this
do
world
women
like
hold
based on
their hair
medieval
up?
stuff? Yeah, how do women hold their hair up in this world if they don't have
With
hairpins?
strips of leather.
They had hairpins in medieval times.
Okay, well,
know.
I'm telling you this one doesn't because this is in medieval times.
That's fair. I
Wow.
always assumed D&D
I feel
worlds are
like
based on medieval times.
I reckon that Caloray and Morgane at this point should open a hairpin shop because women would pay for that
Yeah.
shit the world over.
Once
Okay,
I
you're
would-
done-
when we
I would
retire from
question
adventuring.
whether either of you... Uh-huh. Because
Well,
I would
it's-
question whether or not
Okay.
either of you have the intelligence for that sort of
Alright, so
endeavor.
the other way that women hold their hair up is literally a stick. You get 2 of them and you put them in your hair to hold your hair up.
Okay, that one's an easy one.
Thank you. Right, I want to find really
can-
thin versions of those.
Okay.
But
I
a
can
bone.
just go hunt
A
for
bone is
birds
fine.
or something. Little bird bones.
They have hollow bones, though.
They would not
Yeah,
have
they
much use,
break.
no. They'd be too
You know,
fragile.
nice
Little rat
solid
bones.
bone.
We'll go hunt
Okay,
for
can
rats.
I finally use my City Watch background and find, like, a criminal area?
What is that?
I asked you about it before we started. You okayed it. City Watch background.
Nice.
City Watch
No, but
background.
I don't remember what the feature of it was.
It is, as City Watch, I can find the local guard station at will, or I can find the nests of criminal activity. Though, and it says I'm probably more welcome at one than the other.
Are we the hub of criminal activity?
At this point, you guys are starting to make yourselves out to be. They're based on what you're aware, Leon, of this town. If there's any sort of criminal activity, it's very like no. There's no underground like criminal society. There's like maybe a child will steal something, but
It is
deep.
It is not of great concern. I can find another in the city.
Okay.
Let's go to the beach and camp. Hang out. Bonfire.
Okay,
Okay.
we go to the beach.
All right, so you guys make your way back through town and go to the shore. The whole while there are still people staring and hiding from the panther of legend.
Ava, wave.
She kind of does that floppy paw thing again.
It's beautiful.
What are you waving at?
The people.
Oh, okay.
And you guys make your way to the beach, and you can see that there are still dinghies going back and forth from the ship, taking the wood that is remaining on the shoreline. Has set up a small camp area the whole while. Like every once in a while, the crew members will be like, "Are you sure you don't want to just come on the ship? Your bunks are still
Well, if they're
there."
coming back, then,
We-
yeah, we can
you-
just sleep on the ship. Anyone not want to?
No, I'm down to sleep on the ship.
Mail it, Calorie.
That's fine.
That seems fine to me also.
No, we may take you off on that. Seems like Inns didn't want to let my panther in.
I mean,
We
as
would
long
like
as you,
we would like to take the panther on board the ship.
He's well trained. He won't hurt anybody, or she. She won't hurt anybody.
The panther won't either.
I guess you could, as long as the panther's good and it doesn't kill anybody. I guess that's okay.
It will be fine.
All right, you might want to make sure the captain's cool with it, but okay.
Well, the captain's gonna have to deal with it.
I actually have to agree with her.
Begging your pardon,
Panther
miss,
is
but
now-
the captain
No.
is captain of the ship. That's not.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm just tired. We've dealt with a lot of shit today.
We'll go talk to the captain about it as soon as we get
We
on
will.
board. If
Yeah.
he's not okay with it, we will leave just as fast.
I'm sure that he'll be okay with it because he wanted us to help him with the pirates, and we kind of need to keep the panther with us.
All right. Well, in the meantime, help us out with some of this wood. It's kind of heavy.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you guys spend the next little bit just helping out the crew, loading up the wood onto the dinghies, ferrying that back to the ship. You guys climb on board with a little bit of help using some rope that the crew toss you to pull Ava up, because ladders.
I'm gonna try to explain what's about to happen. Just
The whole time, Ava's kind of just like growling unhappily as this rope is yanking her up on board. She's just kind of.
I'm just gonna talk soothingly to her the whole time.
Yeah, she's not having it. She is not happy at the moment.
I wouldn't
You
either.
eventually get her on deck. She kind of does like that shake of her fur. Just sits there, the whole crew, and get this panther as you guys standing next to her.
I sit down next to her and just pet her a little bit, show her she's harmless.
They kind of just cautiously go back to doing their job. The captain actually walks out from his quarters, and he looks over and goes, "Ah! I was hoping to be seeing you all here. Is that a panther?"
Ava wave.
And if it does the floppy paw thing again.
There's got to be some sort of charisma bonus for that dude.
There should be. That's fucking adorable.
He just stares for a second and is like, right, I assume you're gonna explain that to me. Why don't we step in my office?
Okay.
He has a panther. The panther is trained.
Yes,
I'm sorry. I would like to say that the panther is trained. And that the panther will not randomly attack or kill anyone, for the panther belongs to my friend Leon. I look at Leon for encouragement.
I kind of hesitate a second, then give her a thumbs up.
Yeah!
Aw,
It's not perfect, but it works.
people bonding.
Yep.
Right, why don't we talk inside? I guess bring the cat.
Hi.
Callery doesn't look it, but she's actually slightly pleased with herself, because she thinks she's orchestrated the allowing of this cat.
Aww.
So you follow the captain into his quarters, and just to describe it again, it's a very, very small room. It's basically just a bed for the captain, nightstand, and a very roughly cramped in desk.
I have Ava just lay down next to me to not take up as much space.
All right, you guys come in, sit down on the bed. The captain sits behind his desk. Ava just kind of lays down on the floor with her head facing towards the door. And he goes, so I guess everything went well?
Yes, we found the person we were here to find, and I found Ava here.
Right.
It's okay, she's bound by magic. She won't harm anybody.
Bound by magic.
Yes, we bonded together through magic.
Interesting. Okay. And, have you given any thought to my offer?
We would like to help out with pirates. We discussed this at length while we were on shore.
Great. That's actually wonderful news to hear because, well, I don't want to say that time is of the essence, but I do believe that the more time that we give the pirates to perhaps on more of those black devices, the more dangerous the seas will become, even for us.
It did seem to be able to hurt the ship pretty badly.
Yes, but if they can perfect it, then that seems like it could be a weapon that would devastate any other ships that may come across.
Oh yes, that too. I meant our ship, though.
Well, as long as they're not meeting with this, haven't had like any meetings with the snake people since we last saw them, because that's where they're getting them.
I couldn't tell you.
When
then
will the ship be finished being repaired?
it's going to be another couple days before the ship is in any sort of sailing order.
Okay.
What would you like us to do in the meantime?
I guess the better question is, what do you think you can do? I do not believe that a direct confrontation right now is advisable. I do need more people to be able to take on Cove of Pirates.
Would
We
you
could
like us
go-
to sneak around the back way?
If you think that would be possible, if that's within your skills to do, then that could be of use.
I don't know.
Any
I mean,
information you can gather, any scouting that you can do would be of aid.
What's the fastest you could get other pirate hunters together?
We could go to a nearby city and try to recruit people.
It would take weeks for us to be able to gather enough people. Just
Okay.
because I would need to get back to Marheim, I would need to have a talk with the council there. I would need to send communication to those who are in reserve, to other captains that may be of combat-worthy vessels. I would probably have to, for something of this scale, of this kind of a threat, I'd probably have the Emperor, to be honest.
What?
do you know where?
Or, excuse me, to the king. Not an emperor, he's a king. Kingdom, it's not an empire.
What kind of information would you want us to find if we did go?
Everything, their numbers, their skills, their weaponry, their how much those devices they have, if they even have any more, how many ships are in their fleet. Any information really is more than we currently have. We barely knew of its existence prior to what you all found out.
So if we
And
were
that's assuming
to,
that we are sure that it's even where they say it is.
if we were to scout and sabotage, that would buy you more time to gather together a fleet, yes?
Where are the
Scouting would be
pirates?
helpful for the fight. The sabotage, if you think that is something you can do. The thing I'm worried about is that if you do attempt any sabotage, it's still going to take me a fair amount of time, and in that time they rally and put up a better defense than what they currently have. Because
What?
right now they're currently not expecting anything, I would hope.
So ixnay on the sabotage. I'm just thinking that we can be of no real assistance other than as crew hands for the next few weeks, if this is your plan. We should be doing something.
Yeah, how long do you think it's going to take you to be prepared? Like, how many weeks exactly?
It's hard to say, really.
And do
Depends
you
on
know
how
where...
fast I can gather the forces needed. It depends on if the king is going to get involved, or if any of his to be involved in this sort of planning.
Do you know where the pirates recruit?
Well, if
Are
I knew
they-
that, I would have already taken it out or gone there myself.
So you don't know where we could find them to spy, except for to go to their lair, but that would absolutely be... Do you still have the pirates?
Yes, we still have them.
Maybe it might be time for another talk with the pirates.
If it's all the same, I would rather that the remaining prisoners are kept in one piece. Thank you.
Listen, I'm not going to hurt them.
You'll excuse me if I'm skeptical.
I thought we had a don't ask, don't tell policy.
It's very hard for me not to ask when there's screaming.
So you're saying you don't want us to question the pirates you have on board again?
That would be preferred. I do still need to hand them over to the proper authorities.
And you don't know where they are, and there's no way that we can go to the back way to the Pirates Cove if it's going to take a couple weeks for you guys to get it together, because we'd be there for a while, and it would be very, very dangerous if there are there and there's only 4 of us. 5 with the Panther.
Which is why I'm not asking you to fight them, I'm asking for scouting, for information. Information can be just as powerful as the strongest weapon.
How long would it
We'll
take us
see.
from here to get to there?
It's about 3 days, if I remember the map correctly.
Walking or sailing?
Walking.
Walking.
Oh.
Yeah, walking it would be about 3 days.
Then perhaps we should walk there, see what we can see, and come back.
That would be of a great help.
The
Any
ship will be
information you can gather.
the ship will be repaired by then. Where will you be where we can find you?
By that point, that's a bit hard to say. I mean, if we are going to do this, then I'm going to need to start gathering those I can immediately, which would mean I would have to sail back to Marhan.
Do you have a contact in Marheim we can just give the information to if you don't happen to be there?
Information like this, the only people I would trust beyond myself would be the council themselves. If anything, if you're there and I'm not for whatever reason, then give the information to them.
Will we be able to get in to see them?
If you tell them that you're working for me, I think they'll allow you in.
Okay.
Tell them to expect a man with a panther.
Can we get that? Can we get that we're working for you in writing?
I suppose, sure, give me 1 second.
That might clear up any problems we encounter later.
He pulls out a piece of parchment from one of his drawers, grabs a quill and starts writing on it. Once he's done writing on it, he folds it up and pulls out a little bit of wax, edge of the paper, and a ring that's on his hand. He pushes into the wax with the ring, pulls it away, and the paper once the wax is cooled off. Says, understand, this is a one-time use, and I would only use it when you need to approach the council. Do not open that to anybody else. Like this can have a lot of sway with certain people. My name carries great weight to it.
Understood.
Not everywhere, but understand I'm trusting you with this.
Okay.
Right. Well, then, is there anything else that you need of me?
No, I guess not.
Can we maybe stay the night here just for tonight before we set out?
Of course. Your bunks are still where they were.
Okay. Then we will do what we can.
Great. Well then, I have much work to do with getting the ship in order, so if you will excuse me. He stands up and goes to the door.
I open the door for him.
Oh, thank you. Right, and he steps out and stands outside the door waiting for you all to exit.
I do.
Yep, leaving.
So you guys walk out of the captain's quarters, and he goes back to making sure that the ship is being assembled below deck. What are you guys doing? Right now, you've still got a fair amount of daylight left, so you could do anything for the rest of the day.
I want to go find my gnome friend.
Yeah, I want to go find my friend who was the other guy that I can't remember what race he was.
Gondar.
Andar was mine? Or was it the gnome?
I feel like Callie remember his name, but I don't.
Yeah, Morgana would remember everything, but I have no memory capacity.
There was the gnome and the human. The gnome was named Nerman, and the human was named Gondar.
Yeah, I want to find Gondar.
And Onyx, the message you sent me, I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't know either. My arrow keys just switched to WASD.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you two go below deck. You find that Nerman and Gondar are both helping with the repairing. They're holding up several, trying to fit them into the open slots that are available to repair the ship. Trying to gather things up in like wood putty that they had, and filling in any of the gaps that are needed. Looks like they're pretty busy right now.
I go up behind the gnome and put my arms like round either side of him, just to hold the wood, whatever he's holding. Just don't say anything. I'm just gonna.
I'm just gonna kind of like. Is Gondar muscular at all?
He has some muscle to him. It's like that very thin, wiry muscle.
Nice. Okay, she's just gonna kind of like sit back and like just appreciate.
All right.
Awesome.
So Nerman, as he's working on the wood, you come up and start helping him out, and he looks up like straight up at you, and he goes, "Hey,
Into your baps.
what's going on, sweet cheeks?"
Hello. We appear to be with you for the evening. I thought I'd help out.
I appreciate it.
Cool. We should get on. She just looks at him
Just
like.
Right.
Morgane is just watching this like. You don't feel like that was the right choice of words?
So
She has no clue.
pretty much for the remaining daylight, you just kind of sit there helping out Nerman as he goes about trying to help repair the ship. Occasionally he do a bit, but it just seems to go over your head.
Yeah, she's not picking up on anything. She's just helping out.
He eventually kind of just stops.
Dana's gonna
Onyx,
try to help
roll the
Gondar a little,
dice.
too.
No answer. Still no answer.
What?
Morgane is gonna daintily help Gondar because she's not super strong or anything, but do your best.
So you start helping him out, just kind of very meekly, just start helping him, and he's like, "Oh, well, thank you, but don't worry, let me take care of this. I've got it. You just hang back. You cheer me on if you want. That'll help me out."
She kind of flutters her eyelids at him, and she starts playing a song that she starts writing at the moment, calling it the Gondar song. It's a cheering the Gondar song. I don't have one. I'm just saying that she's making one.
All right.
It probably goes something like Gondar, rah rah rah. It's like a cheerleadery shit. Gondar, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can.
We are.
We are what?
You said that no one can, and we're fixing the ship also.
Morgane kind of like just it's an expression. I don't mean literally.
Oh,
We have to have conversation sometime. I have to teach you some things.
okay. Music? Because I know some music and song.
No, not music.
Oh, okay.
Words, just sayings that don't phrasing.
Leon is teaching me phrasing at the moment.
Well, then I'm gonna talk to Leon so that he can add this to your lesson.
Okay.
I'm not adding it to my lesson unless you actually come have this conversation with me.
Oh, I'm going to. Actually, she's actually going to have this conversation with you. I will write it in my notes in case I don't get to it tonight.
Okay, we're somewhat helping them build the ship.
I'm just cheering. You're helping build the ship.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys help out for the rest of what daylight remains. What is Leon and Ava doing, and Malik for that matter?
I'm just gonna sit in our bunk because I don't really want Ava walking on the ship and freaking out the crew members.
All right. And what about Malik?
I want to try fishing.
Do you have anything to go fishing with?
No.
Okay. You attempt to go fishing and realize, shit, I don't have anything to fish with.
Maybe one of
No.
the sailors has a fishing rod.
We are on a pirate or a pirate hunter ship. What do we eat? We have
I'm
to
just
have
im-
some kind of like fishing
I'm just
rods
imagining him.
around.
He's hitting the water with his quarterstaff.
Okay.
I can
See,
turn
that's-
yeah, I got a
that's
staff
different.
and some.
Are you just going to attempt to go fishing, or are you going to say, hey, does anybody have a fishing rod, and then go fishing?
If I turned into a
There's
bear
an
and
order of events.
did it,
Do it.
do I feel like that would work out?
Do what now?
If I turned into a bear and jumped into the water and just tried to like get him,
There's only one way to find out.
Do it.
how deep is the water? Is it bear deep?
It's
Uh,
Barely
What
deep.
do you mean?
Just barely deep.
Can't see the bottom.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's inconvenient. Okay. Hey, does anyone have some string? So
I have
that I
rope.
can do fishing. I'm gonna yell that to everybody.
I have a chain, and I have some rope.
Okay. Not
You're
honey.
below deck. You don't hear this.
Oh, okay.
go fishing with a chain.
Yeah.
One of the crew he's like helping repair. He's like, we have a fishing rod if you wanted to go fishing, I guess.
Oh yeah, cool. Thanks.
Sure, you
I'll
need some bait, or you have your own, or
Good berries.
They would be nice. Yeah. Otherwise, I'd have to go look for some, and that would take some time. So it would sure save me some time. don't
right.
have
Well, I mean, we keep a decent supply on here for when we need to get some food of our own. You know, it's like he walks over into the hold and comes back up with a small what looks like a little pail with a lid, and you can see that in the mud there's a whole bunch of these little night crawlers squirming around.
Ew. Okay. Yes, I go fishing.
Okay. Give me either a dexterity or a charisma check, either or.
Is he seducing the fish?
Hey, fish, you want to bite this hook, don't you?
Hey, hey there, fish. What's up?
Can I incite them to get on this?
No.
Get on this?
No.
Okay. Dexterity is
Nice.
20.
Yeah, so you spend some time just kind of hanging out on the edge of the boat, casting the hook into the water with a nightcrawler on there. After a while, you feel a slight tug. Another one.
Yes.
And you yank back after you feel the third one hit it, and you can feel you catch purchase on something, and you start yanking and yanking. Give me a strength check.
It's a giant remora.
Oh no. Can I do animal handling?
No.
Okay. It was worth a shot.
It pulls you.
Can I do athletics?
No.
Why?
You are- Because you are not proficient with fishing rods.
I'm proficient with athletics.
Right, which is why you can't use it.
Well,
Alright,
Wow.
so sitting there, you're trying to hold on, trying to fight back as this fish starts violently yanking on the rod, pulling the line down. You can see the rod bending down now. It's about to snap. And then with one swift yank on the rod, you can feel the rod pull out of your hands. And as you reach hold of it, you fall off the boat and then land in the water with a splash.
okay.
Did he catch the rod?
I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire and highlight that fucker, and I'm gonna wrestle it.
Okay, currently you can't see the fish, so it's a little hard to do.
Well, just I fell into the water.
You did. Currently, you hear some of the crew on board laughing. Someone comes over with some rope and throws it down.
Yeah. I'll climb back up. I don't have
Climb back
anything
up.
that can swim.
The crew member that dropped the rope down tosses you a towel or like like a blanket, piece of cloth to dry yourself off with, and goes back to doing his work, chuckling the whole while.
Look, at least you're providing entertainment.
Yeah. He's gonna keep trying.
Aw.
Aw.
I guess I need to acquire another fishing rod. I'm just gonna tie some rope to my staff
Okay.
because I don't want to ask for another fishing rod.
All right.
And I'm gonna fish again.
Okay.
He's just gonna keep doing this. This is what he's doing with his day.
So you spend the rest of the day just sitting there, trying to catch a fish. Eventually, night comes around, and you pull the rope in, and you realize, hey, I don't have a hook on here. What was the goal? That was a waste of time.
He would have put a hook on it, but whatever. No fish.
Where are you getting a hook from?
Another fucking. They have hooks, Ark. Just like they have fishing rods. They have hooks. They have.
Okay,
Hey,
but
hang on.
you
This
never-
place doesn't have hair grips. I mean, come on.
You
Yeah.
also didn't ask.
Well, was I gonna just throw rope in the water and hope one would climb up to me? Like Malik's not that stupid.
Are you
Sure.
sure?
Apparently,
I just assumed. I also don't need to tell you every time Malik shits and pisses, but he does it.
We've gone
That's kind of
11
an
episodes
assumed
without taking a
action.
piss.
Oh, hold on.
I'm gonna. Bye.
There are many flaws with this logic. Anyways,
I go to bed. Fuck this.
Already?
I don't know.
well, the sun is set at this point.
Oh, okay. If it's not that late, then she won't go to bed just yet. Oh no!
Bye, Neil.
He was really upset that you thought he'd just throw a rope in there. He's just rage quit. I'm hoping he'll come back because that's really screwed my cameras. Hey, there we go.
Did you rage quit? What's going on?
I accidentally clicked my audio stuff, and it cuts my sound off, and I have to restart my calls.
Fair enough.
So, what are you guys doing? You've got basically whatever amount of time until you want to go to sleep. Go back and head towards the Pirate Cove.
I want a ranger sense, so I want to find out all the humanoids around here. Check for stowaways.
Okay.
You mean us?
How would you know?
So you spend your minute concentrating,
How
and
many people are there?
there's the crew, the captain, which totals up to about 21 people. And then there's you lot. And then eventually you start sensing the people in the town.
How many people are in the town?
A very large amount of people, more than it would probably take for you to be able to count.
Oh, okay.
Not that many, but still quite a fair amount.
Anyone in the other direction?
No?
Okay. Thought I'd check.
Alright.
Instead of doing this, I'm just gonna do this repeatedly to practice counting. That way, when we get to the pirates, I can do it.
Nice. Useful.
Okay. Roll me, let's say, an intelligence check.
4.
Oh, Jesus.
It's very hard for you, being that you're already focusing on casting out your senses. It's very difficult for you to also try to take in this many and account that many just seems very difficult at the moment.
Wait, does counting them count as recalling information about them?
No.
Dang. I was hoping. Okay, I'm just gonna keep doing this and practicing. I'm staying in my room anyway, so there's not a lot else to do.
Okay. Anything else that you guys are doing?
Morgana's gonna hook up with Gondor.
Like,
How do
Like,
you-
Hook up?
Yeah, sure.
Holy shit.
She's
Canary's
stressed
gonna
out,
go off
she-
on deck. She can't be
She's
dealing with
stressed
this.
out. She needs a lay. Why not?
okay.
This is why women weren't allowed on ships.
Been like,
Have you know historically there were a shit ton of female pirates
So pirates, they
and
don't
women
count.
in the navy and shit. One of the most powerful pirates of all time was a female Chinese pirate.
Mhm.
Anyway,
All right, so that
I
is
like
something that
pirates.
you do. The rest of the crew gives you your space. You respect that sort of thing.
Calories just gonna go on top of the deck. Just
On
it's
top of
do her
apparently
them,
monk
been like
shit.
a-
On top of
apparently
them,
been like
no.
a month.
Yeah, she's gonna go like on the fucking top deck stuff and just do her monk shit whilst that's going on.
All right.
Yeah, it's apparently been like a month since Malek's pooped, so I'm gonna do that.
Do you just poop as a bear? That would just be way more interesting. You only poop when you turn into a
Every
bear.
Every time. Worst druid ever. Oh god.
I'm losing it.
Oh man.
Neil's just mad.
No, I don't need fish. I don't need fish. I don't need to turn into them or anything. Don't worry. I'm good.
Oh my god.
Can we fish by moonlight?
No, I can't fish at all.
Are you still trying to fish?
No.
When Morgane is done doing the do, maybe like 1 or 2 times, she's gonna go up to Leon to talk to him about his lessons with Caloray.
Okay.
Where is Malek in all this? Sulking.
I don't- Pooping. I don't know. Something.
Jesus.
I just imagine that he's like sulking like over and like on the edge of the deck somewhere, and he's like, God says I haven't pooped. I have to poop.
Okay, Morgan, I'm ready for this conversation.
Okay.
You guys do something now. I'm
I'm-
done doing things.
Fucking-
We're sulking
I'm
on top of the
dead.
deck.
Oh god. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna walk over and like knock on the door of the room, in the same room, by the way.
Yeah, it's basically just one big area of bunks
Oh.
and whatnot.
Thank God, because I was gonna say before that I brought the guy up to my room, but that would have been really bad.
That would have been
Then,
awkward.
my night would have been ruined.
Oh, you brought Ava a snack?
Don't. Well, I'm done with him. I don't know if I mind. It's terrible. She's not like that. Not that much. What was I gonna say? Oh, she's gonna walk in. She's gonna be like, "Hey, Leon. What lessons are you giving Caloray about phrasing?"
Oh, we just had a conversation about how to be direct without being rudely direct. Give a little bit more information.
That's good. That's what, because okay, so I said something along the lines of like, if you can't do it, no one can, to this guy earlier, and she was like, but we're all doing it, and I was trying to, was not literal, and she said that you're teaching her that stuff, so I feel like you should kind of go over metaphors and being literal, and it all works. And being literal and non-literal, and also probably innuendo, because she said something earlier that could have been taken very inappropriately if anyone had been paying any attention. So-
Okay. I guess I'm teaching her now, so I'll add that
Mhm.
as a lesson.
Listen, I do it, but she seems to think that you're teaching her, so
I explained something once, I guess. She adopted me.
yeah. Well, you know what? Probably better you than me, because yeah,
You'd probably give her bad habits.
I would say
mean,
that's
really
not
excellent
fair.
habits, because you're a very good bard.
First of all, thank you. I am a good bard. Second of all, that
You're
doesn't mean I
welcome.
wouldn't give. I would not. That doesn't mean I wouldn't give her bad habits. I'll acknowledge I have bad habits.
We can have her practice talking to Ava.
There you go. That works. I'm gonna conk out now because
does that
I
work?
just got a ton of exercise and I am pooped.
Kind of like Malik.
Are you kidding? Malik doesn't poop.
It's true. Nothing but constipation.
Neil, you have kind of disappeared under your name. On your life.
Okay. Good night, Morgane. I'll try to keep
Comfy
quiet.
Morgane just like flops down under her bed and immediately conks out.
Try not to let Ava eat you.
Please don't. I thought you liked me. Somewhat.
Swans.
I listen, I would have told you a much less death and swans eating and swans haunting rangers story if I had not been handed down word of God about time.
Awesome.
Thank you for the story anyway. Good night. Then I go back to practicing counting.
Okay. Alright, so eventually night takes you all. You individually end up going to sleep. The rest of the crew pretty much follows suit. They don't really want to do any of the night work crew that they do normally. Everybody but Leon, headphones off again, please.
Oh no! No more! No more! Is this where I disappear and they have to go find me?
Very
Alright,
funny. No.
I'm abducted through my dreams.
Yep, uh-huh.
That's found my spirit in the astral realm.
So you fall asleep again. And same thing for the most part. Your dreams seems to, after a bit of just the typical king, begins to sharpen. And you can again feel this dark presence. The entire area that you're in is nothing but dark. There is a on you. And you can hear that deep chuckle again. Just a... There's nowhere to run. There's no place you can hide.
Then where should I go?
Come to me.
Where?
You know where to go.
Don't actually. Everyone always dies.
You know where to go. I see you.
Why should I?
The dream again starts to take on nothing but that loud chuckling that seems to area. However, this time there's another sound. This time, though, it seems to be more of a deep growling.
Sounded like a panther.
In fact, it does. Because you, in your dream state, notice right next to you, you can actually see Ava standing there in kind of like this astral form and growling at the darkness in defiance. See, her fur is like up on her back. It's like standing straight up. Got her tail is currently whipping side to side, and her ears are flattened against her head, and just a...
I get on my knees and hold her.
After a few moments of this deep chuckle just emanating from all around you, this time Ava giving you a bit of strength. Eventually you wake up, it's the middle of the night, you can hear you. And you can feel Ava currently like sleeping beneath you, like with like her head basically leaning against your hand, which is found a way to dangle off of the cot or the hammock, I guess I should say.
I get out of the hammock and sleep on the ground next to her.
All right, you spend the rest of the night sleeping next to Avon. It definitely feels a lot more comforting. All right, let's get the rest of them back in here.
Okay. If we just tell them to put their headphones back on.
That's what I've been doing.
Verbally.
Oh, I'm pointing at my fucking headphones.
Casey.
Casey! Oh!
Hi.
You just like, oh,
Hi.
oh shit, yeah.
I thought you were gonna put it in the fucking roll 20 because I wasn't behind my camera this time.
No, I usually just put it in the Twitch chat, but whatever.
Sorry.
I can't see Twitch
So,
chat. Don't put it in there.
I know you can't. She can. So, morning comes around. Most of you are awoken to the sound of the crew already up and about, repairing the ship as usual. It seems.
You see Leon sleeping on the floor with his panther.
Oh.
I go over and give him a little shake. Because he should be sleeping in a hammock. This is weird.
I jump up, kind of startled. Little on guard.
Are you okay? You appear to be sleeping on the floor rather than in your hammock. Is everything okay?
I had another dream.
We dream often as people.
Another one of the bad dreams where something is talking to me.
Calorate isn't aware that you had a horrible dream the other night. She just know you slept badly. I'm just gonna throw that at you.
I know I never actually explained to it.
Okay,
but
that's fine. I just want you to know why my response is about to be. I didn't realize you had a awful dream.
Yeah, this is second night now.
What happens in your
I'm
dream?
standing in the middle of nothing, just blackness everywhere. And this voice speaks to me. It's very deep, telling me I can't run away, I can't hide, there's nothing I can do. And I'm pretty sure it has something to do with my curse, but I can't be certain. But I'm pretty sure. Last night, Ava came into my dream with me somehow, and that seemed to help, so hopefully I can deal with it from now on.
Have you tried speaking to the voice?
I have.
What happened?
It answered me.
Oh.
I'm really pretty sure it's the curse. It's telling me to go to him, or it, whatever. I don't know. And it seems to think I know where I should go, and the only place I can think of would be the island near my town.
Then,
I think it's a bad idea to go.
But in this dream, you're told you can't run, you can't hide.
Hmm. It said it can see me.
Then it would appear that no matter where you are, this thing will find you, either in your dreams or out here in the waking world.
It seems that way.
Perhaps to stop this, we should go to the island. You aren't alone.
No one's ever gone to the island and come back.
Well, we seem to have a way about us of defying odds. When we're done with this, we should go there. I shall travel with you.
At the moment, it doesn't seem like he can do anything except talk to me. If that's it, then I can just continue ignoring it. If
You
he can't
can't.
actually do, if
No.
it can't actually do anything to me, then who cares?
Perhaps there is something we could give you to stop you from dreaming. Perhaps Malik might know something.
Perhaps.
But you need to rest. You look... I would like to say that you don't look well. And
I
I'm
don't know.
worried.
Do I look well?
You look a little pale, but not that bad.
If it gets worse, I'll be sure to take you up on that offer.
Okay. Well, it's about time we got up. And I'll stand up and offer my hands down to him. Just like, awkwardly, like,
I'll like take a moment to realize she's offering her hand to someone, and then use it to stand up.
Okay.
Character progression.
That's got to be
Human
a level up in there, right?
contact.
Let's ruin this Kodak moment. And then we go
Morning,
that way,
everyone.
so we do in the morning. Yeah. I kicked my brother. No, I'm joking. I know Jim.
Wow.
Wow, Collar is so much better at comforting than Morgane is. No new nightmares or anything.
I go and nudge Madoc awake, and then I go upstairs and leave. I leave Morgane to her devices. She doesn't understand why she's annoyed, but she leaves Morgane to her devices.
Why is Morgane annoyed?
No, Calora is. But she'll leave Morgane to her devices. She doesn't understand why she's annoyed.
Cause she likes me.
Oh my god, you're like a 5-year-old child.
I'm pretty sure
She
she
wants
is.
to kiss her. She wants to love.
Is this what we have come to?
Yes.
Sorry, you guys have seen Miss Congeniality, right?
No.
Oh, that's from Miss Congeniality. Anyway,
It sounds in character for you.
well, I'm not saying it in character. I mean, it would be in character for Morgane. Morgane is still asleep. She's sleeping the sleep of someone who's very well rested
Contented.
and not, a content sleep.
Fun.
So, you all wake up. The crew offers you a very basic meal for breakfast. Mostly just like a breakfast morning like fish stew that they have. It's riffle, but it gets the job done.
At least someone
Hey
can
Malik,
fish.
I knew you were fishing yesterday. Did you catch this one?
Let me see it. Let me see it.
It's the fish in
No,
the store.
not that one. No, I didn't get that one.
Oh,
No.
okay. Just wondering.
You fish.
No.
Calori just looks really confused and then centers herself.
Right. So after a while, the crew offer to bring you back ashore. The captain bids you farewell as you make your way back, swiftly and promptly drop you off at the shore, and then begin to immediately go back to work, bringing materials to the ship.
Oh, shall we head east?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, so you guys make your way, traveling east. You've already gone this path twice now, so it's pretty much the easiest thing down. You break through the woods after a few hours of walking.
Before we get that far, can I try counting people?
Give me another intelligence check.
Yes. 10. I got better.
You got better, not by much, but you're certainly getting the hang of it.
You start using your cat's fingers and toes as well.
Ava, come here.
Okay.
One,
Hold up one paw.
two. Fun fact.
Jesus.
Fun fact, Ava does not like having her paws touched.
Oh, she's
But
like me. I don't be touched either.
But cat feet are so adorable.
Oh, not a lot of cats like their paws being touched, though, let's be honest.
That's true, but still. Okay. Moving east.
Right, so eventually you guys make your way across the log bridge and push your way through. You get the same feeling of this all-encompassing closed-in atmosphere that the wood seems to create. However, this time, instead of heading south, you continue to make your way east.
Europe.
And as you guys are walking, nothing happens.
It's exciting.
Wow.
I know.
My God, we've gone into the Oblivion Void. There's no world. There's no people.
No, as you guys are walking along after a little bit, you do hear, or I should say, Leon at first hears it just because of the thing that he seems to have. You can hear what sounds like some distant howling. And then you hear what seems like some howls responding.
I hear howls ahead. We might want to prepare for something.
What kind of house?
Can I identify the howls? Since there's not a lot of things that howl.
You can try. It might be a bit difficult, but you can certainly try.
It's like you roll a nature.
Yep, nature.
5.
You're not sure. You're not as familiar with the woods in this area as you are with the ones near where you grew up.
Okay.
Several animals you can make a guess, but you're not entirely sure.
How's Ava look?
Ava is a bit defensive right now. She seems keenly aware as you are, and seems to be kind of just wandering area as the same as you.
Okay, so she's not freaking out. That's important. Just, I guess, be aware. I'm not sure what they are.
Probably reflexively, she'll cast Pass Without a Trace on them all, and blend as much as she can into the shadows, even if she's slightly far away from them, a little bit away from them, but enough to affect them with Pass Without a Trace. You click the button. Come on, button. There you go.
Okay.
I also choose Ava.
Right. So, are you guys going to continue walking, or what is the plan?
Continue walking, I guess.
Okay. And what is the formation? Leon at the front?
I'm going to be off
Followed
to one
by
side
who?
of him. I'm going to be off to the side of the main group.
I feel like I'd be somewhere in the back.
Yeah, I can be in the back.
Uh-oh. I think I may have just fucked up Ava's character sheet a little bit.
No.
What part of it? Oh, you turned her into a wolf.
I don't understand how that happened. Like, I have it open, popped out, but apparently making a new character sheet, there's the alters the other one that I have open already. What the
I
fuck?
wonder what happens if I use the macros now.
Is she also a druid? Is she a druid of panthers?
I'm gonna go with no.
Ah, lame.
No, I think the stuff you already have on there is fine. I think it just adds extra shit.
No, you replaced bite with wolf. Everything is there except bite, which is now wolf.
Okay, you should probably fix that.
I will. Okay.
Not a wolf. What are you talking about?
Are you sure?
Yeah, that would be ridiculous.
Who would want a wolf?
Right?
So common.
I say normal.
So, you guys continue making your way along, Leon leading the way with Ava by his side. For some reason, exuding a wolf-like behavior now, it seems.
Is it a pack animal now?
Yeah, clearly. Okay.
Okay, I think it's fixed.
Alright.
Except for the saving throw. Whoops.
Okay. So you guys continue making your way, this time feeling a lot stealthier thanks to Kalare's casting. And it seems like whatever it is that was making the howling noise eventually just kind of trail off. Seems like whatever it was either was not interested or just couldn't keep up or keep track. After a few hours of walking without much incident beyond that, you come across what seems like another wooden bridge spanning across a river. What you saw with the first one that you guys crossed to get here, this one is by far less well kept. This one looks to be partially covered. There appear to be some vines and whatnot that seem to have been growing over parts of it, extending out from the woods. There are of it that seem worn away just from the flow of the water. Overall, it just seems like people don't really come this way all that much, so it hasn't been maintained.
Jesus, it's 4 miles long.
Yep.
Holy fuck. So my question about whether I could get a rope from one side to the other is moot.
Well.
Right.
I mean, you can just try walking over it. Just not many other options.
No, there aren't. We should be exceptionally careful.
4 miles?
We'll just walk at a slower pace. Take our time.
I agree. Let me feel the way first. I have quite a bit of balance in case anything goes wrong.
Too. You can go though.
Cool.
So you're making your way all the way across, or are you just walking out a little bit?
I'm gonna walk out a bit and then let them catch up, and walk out a bit and then catch up. Just literally, I'm gonna be minefield defector as we go forward. I'm minesweeper mode.
Okay. So you make your way out, let's say like 100, 200 feet out, just testing the bridge to see how it is. It seems sturdy enough. It kind of wobbles a bit as you're walking across, but overall it seems to be fairly buoyant.
Cool. She's not smart enough to suggest break steps, so she's just gonna keep going.
All right. So it takes you guys a bit longer than it would usually traveling this, just because you guys are taking it slow, trying to make sure that nothing happens falling in. So it ends up taking you a bit over an hour to actually cover this distance. By which point you get to the other side, make landfall, and where you currently are, you can see nothing but trees that are ending far beyond your sight. These trees do seem a lot less dense, like a lot less cluttered together than what you're going through, but it seems to extend much further on. There are no paths. There's nothing that seems to be giving any general idea of which direction to really head, other than from the map that you were given.
Any sign of those howls still?
No, they seem to have trailed off far behind you guys.
Okay. Shall we? Wait, what time is it?
Right now it is probably like 5 p.m., give or take, so you've still got a few hours before sunset.
Yeah. Shall we continue then?
I have no objections.
It's fine with me.
What direction are you guys heading?
East.
I'd say we just go like in a straight line there.
So you're just going to make a beeline?
That would make the most sense. Any objections from anyone else?
Mm-mm.
You
I'm
seem
down.
to know where you're going.
So you guys continue making your way, traveling east, just heading straight towards where you believe to be the Pirate Cove. The sunset backs. And we are going to end it there. We will pick this up next time.
Ooh.
Woo!
Woo. So, Blood, why don't you take us out as per the usual?
Oh, right, yeah, I do that shit. I forget I host occasionally. Okay, so let's start off with Leon. Who are you? How can we find you? How did you find today?
You can find me on Twitter at OnyxQWE. And my favorite part, I mean, obviously has to be the part where my backstory is starting to come into play.
Oh yeah, the shit none of us heard.
Yeah, you didn't really miss much.
Didn't we?
Not really. Yeah, the part where you guys were all gone, that was the best part of the whole night. Just want to say that. You
mean
missed
when it
it.
was
Sorry.
all
I-
about
Fair.
you?
I agree
mean,
because it progressed the story.
That's a story.
Whoa! Everything we did progressed the story. It progressed the narrative
Yeah.
of us.
Not
Yeah,
everything.
exactly.
Okay,
Every
yeah, not
single
everything.
thing we did progressed the narrative of our characters.
We spent a really long time talking about Ava jumping in through a window, which
Yeah, that was
never
true.
happened.
That
It was
progressed the
amazing.
narrative of our characters.
Yeah.
I would like to dub this team hashtag bad decisions 3.
We didn't
Not
make
yet.
the
We
decision,
haven't made
though.
any bad decisions.
I'm gonna
We
call
can
this one the
team-
one where Malik pooped. That's the name of this episode, the one where Malik pooped.
Yeah.
We just keep suggesting bad decisions. We don't actually do them.
Finally,
The one where, yeah.
it's been a long time.
Malik
11
has never
episodes he
pooped
finally
before in his
poops.
life.
And he didn't do it as a bear in a wood. Come on.
If a bear
Okay.
shits in the woods, is there anybody around to hear it?
Yes. Right. Okay. So, Casey,
Music.
Hi.
how you doing?
Good. I'm good. I'm Casey. You can find me on Twitter at Child of Ginevra, and part of tonight was Leon and Caloray talking about how to be direct without being rude. I thought that was really fun.
Yeah.
Favorite part was the swan story where the swan died at the end.
And now all swans attack rangers.
So please, Arch, please make that canon in the game. I'll love you forever.
You see a swan,
Yeah.
it attacks Leon specifically.
And doesn't get attacked by Ava. Ava's like, no, go ahead. They're assholes. Go for it.
Valanda,
Yeah.
you don't have an element yet, right?
I don't know.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
we'll talk later.
Don't you... Okay. I will roll
Swan
that.
element.
I'm gonna be a swan. This is
The
amazing.
element of swan. Swan is an element, you
Yeah, but
guys.
she's
You have-
graceful.
You have to attack
Well,
me
no,
when
that
you see me.
works.
It
Swans
gives you
are
the power
really
of
nice.
when you. It gives you the power of when you get shot, you die. Yay!
Wow.
But then you come back as a ghost and murder specifically Leon.
You guys know in the real Swan Lake, she doesn't get to turn back into a girl. She like basically dies and flies off
Yeah.
with all her swan.
That's really sad.
In that order.
Wow, that's terrible. Okay, Neil. What about you, buddy? Mr. Sulk over there. I'm gonna be so angry and
I'm
sulk
not
below the
sulking.
level of my name on the overlay. Grum, grum, grum.
I'm like, I do this every time I sit back in my chair.
I know, it's
You
bloody
guys
annoying.
Always think I'm one thing or the other. You can find me on Twitter at Bardic Martin. Was finally getting to poop and hearing the sad swan story.
Can you name the episode "Everybody Poops" (parentheses) except Malik, but this one time?
We're still
That's gonna be a
we're
really
still
long name.
trying to get.
But the book "Everybody Poops" except for Malik.
Wow. I don't know.
But
I don't know if I can
It's
bring
all
myself to do
bears, but it's the bears from the toilet paper commercial, and they're just looking around very confused.
that. Oh, just
like
to
they don't.
charming
What
bears.
do we do with all this toilet paper? Yeah,
Bears
because
are
we don't.
So creepy.
You did it?
I hate
It's a
that.
good joke.
Oh man. Okay, Arch.
They're excellent.
Hi.
Okay.
You can find me on Twitter at arch_DND. My favorite part was probably also me whispering sweet nothings into Onyx's ear.
I don't know that I would call those sweet nothings. More like evil laughter.
Oh, well, potato evil laughter.
You were whispering potatoes into my ear.
Potato, 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 potato.
There, that's what you missed right there. That's all that was there. I made everything up.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, Leon, potato.
In that case, there's so going to be an insight check coming your way. She's actually surprisingly good at those.
Hey, Leon, what was your dream about? Potatoes. Don't believe you.
Okay, for my part, you can find me on Twitter at blood_BTP. You can find us here on this channel. Should be for this Friday. We didn't do this Friday because lots of people were away on holiday and I was, again, sick, so we took a night off. But we should be back again, normal Friday and then normal Saturday. You can find me in all the other usual places that I am. Otherwise, you can find our system, bloodthirstypuppets.co.uk, where a load of cool stuff is being put up as we speak-ish. Other than that, I think I had 2 really fun moments there. One being the swan story, because that was just a hilariously stupid ending to that story. And then it died. Okay, good pet talk. And probably the bit when Calorie offers her hand out to Leon, because that was like, oh, she does a thing. That may have been partly because I forgot that she doesn't do that, and then I was like, nah, it works. Insight into my mind.
Leon remembered it better than you did.
Yep. But it worked. It was very sweet. Other than that, is there anything... we need to thank Kevin MacLeod for the free ass music, because it's free and you probably heard lots of it today, because thankfully Arch is now running that crap and I don't need to, so... wrestlingcompetech.com. Is there anything anyone would like to shout into the void before we wrap up?
Check out me and Volanda next Saturday at a lot of times.
Yes.
9 a.m. Eastern. What time is it by you, Volanda?
Oh, I think it's
this is happening?
3 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. CST, and 9 a.m. I want to say EST, but it's not, is it?
Yeah, it's 9 a.m. Eastern, and then
yeah.
I think 6 a.m. then if you're in California.
Yeah.
Anyway, Volanda and I are going to be on Skagith's channel doing the Bardist Bard.
Yep, it's
and
an all-day
we're both
bard
gonna be
game.
Bards. I think it's 5 hours long.
It's
bards all the time.
It's a 5-hour long game with at least 5 bards. So it's gonna, and Skagith. I feel really sorry for him, but it's gonna be rad. Check that out. There'll be links everywhere all this week for us to do that. So keep an eye out for that. Cool. Anyone got anything else they want to shout? Now is the fucking time. Sorry, I've been watching Kill
Did you
Bill.
have something, Arch?
Super cryptic. Not yet. Follow my Twitter to find out later.
# secret projects.
# secret projects.
Cool. All right. If that was it, then time at the bar, bitches, and we will catch you another time. Laters.